Hello, everybody, and welcome to ZeldaSpeedRuns, broadcasting the Link to the Past Randomizer Crosskeys Tournament 2021. We have Swiss Round 1 for you today. I think it's actually the last match of Swiss Round 1 before we go into Round 2. It's Hitaka versus Telethar. Commentating first, we have Maniacal and Tracy M, and tracking is B Libero and Tofile. Say hello, everybody.
Everybody?
Hey, everybody. Hey, Tracy.
Hey, Maniacal.
How are you doing this evening?
I'm doing great. Looking forward to this race. I know not a lot about Telethar. Hitaka I know a lot about, except not in Crosskeys so much.
Yeah. I mean, it's early in the tournament, so there's not a lot of information about, everybody out there. I mean, some people more than others, but, as Ricky mentioned, this is the last match of the week one, so we'll have a little bit more information on everybody, one result for everybody into next week as soon as this is done. So I'm looking forward to seeing how week one wraps up here.
So I did look up a little bit about Telethar. So he's obviously got some experience. He's got a nice ladder record with a 3-0 record in Crosskeys. Hitaka, Maniacal, and I both know very well from the SMZ3 circles. In fact, Hitaka's your partner in SMZ3 for the upcoming co-op tournament. So very well acquainted with him. But we'll see how he does in Crosskeys.
Yeah, he dragged me into this tournament.
That's
so
right, it's his fault.
as punishment, I'm going to commentate this match for him.
Sounds like a plan.
And razz him for forgetting things for all the times he's forgotten my cane in awkward locations.
Yes, multis are a thing.
Yeah. So if he forgets to talk to the guy in Smoldorm Cave, or forgets to check Bonk Rocks, he's never going to hear the end of it. But it looks like we're on our way, and Bo in Link's house.
That's a nice thing to start. I mean, it's a weapon, kinda. Right now it's not a weapon because we have no arrows, but looks like Telethar is going to go straight up to the castle and see what's over there. Hitaka going to the right. Like he's going to check these entrances. Yeah, he's going to check these.
Yeah. So
maybe drop down and jump into Lake Hylia and see what the island has.
Yeah. And I do like, both of these opens actually. Both finding sort of nothing entrances. Telethar is going to get, a tier 1 tree pull, which is 4 bombs. That's very nice.
That's really nice early.
That's a great one to have information about. Hitaka finding a shop, also good, and Sanctuary is going to be, Hitaka's going to be right here. So he's going to find out about the big nothing as well.
Yeah, gets a big key to Hera, which we can potentially skip if we get a hook shot, but very nice to have so that you don't have to worry about that, and B, won't be orphaning that big chest if you do end up doing Tower of Hera later.
Yeah, now Hitaka, looks like I guess he had a tier 2 pull set up. I'm surprised that he killed enough things.
Yeah, I am too, but definitely different tier tree pulls because those were arrows and not bombs.
Yeah, that was certainly odd. I kind of expected him to get his bombs and be able to go to back of escape here, the Sanctuary drop location.
Yeah, I was going to say, a little unfortunate because Telethar was able to go ahead and drop in here right away. Hitaka will have to do it later. But not really missing a whole lot for now. I mean, that Turtle Rock small key will be useful later. And 50 rupees would be nice to have going into Kakariko, but by no means hard required or anything at the moment. Turtle Rock key, Turtle Rock keys are so weird in Crosskeys because you can get around so many of them just by going up backwards and not actually using them.
Yeah, a Turtle Rock small and a Hera big are kind of all we've seen so far. So far, Hitaka 1 for 4 on these coin flip bushes. I think we're going to see Telethar blow right by it with that bounty of bombs from the tree pull.
Absolutely.
But Hitaka gets some bombs there, so it wasn't too bad. Rounded out to 50-50.
Yeah, it's a really smart and popular place to farm bombs. So, we're going to get 20 rupees here. Which early on, I mean, not really what you're looking for, but, every little bit helps get you at least up to bottle vendor money, so.
Yeah, you're going to want bottle vendor money, so finding Super Bunny Cave and noping out, and Hitaka thinking about it as well, and then, also going to not chase the connector just yet. looks like both runners want to get that information about Kakariko Village.
So why and check the race game, knowing that it's 10 arrows, we'll never actually pick that up. Assuming we find the connector, they're usually at some point. Oh, hey, look, it's Hera.
Okay.
I mean, you could climb it and it'd be really slow. We have, but we can't beat it because we don't have a weapon to kill Moldorm.
Yeah, now this is interesting. Those tree pull arrows that Hitaka has that Telethar does not are suddenly going to help speed Hitaka up just a little bit.
Funny how that worked.
It's still not great, but is what it is, and just a Ganon's tower small. Hitaka is going to continue on upstairs though with that bow.
Yeah, unfortunately, the arrows will not hurt those hard hat beetles. So we'll have to use pots, jump down, and come back up.
Yeah, alternatively, could try and bomb one into the hole, but that's not nearly as efficient generally.
Well, and you want to save those bombs for things in Kakariko anyway. If you get a surprise mini Moldorm cave or something, you want to be able to deal with it. Okay, a big key sitting there on the lumberjack ledge, sitting in the magic bat location that we'll come back and get at some point.
Yeah, mystery big key behind hammer. So not great, but unlikely we're going to dodge hammer for too long, but we'll see. I'll regret saying that soon enough. I was
gonna say, this is Crosskeys. It could be a long time before we see. Ooh, a fire rod. It could be a while before we see that hammer. That fire rod, though, is certainly nice for Hitaka. And we have no doubt that Telethar will come back here at some point and get that. But right now, Hitaka will have an extra weapon at his disposal.
Yeah, that's actually a pretty big early find. That fire rod. Just, there's no telling exactly how long it'll take to get back there.
And a small key to desert, so that's also another nice one. Means that when Hitaka if he finds the back of desert before he finds the front, he doesn't have to think about whether he wants to steal that small key. He can just go ahead and worry about he has the small key to use. And he's going to see desert pretty soon, and he'll be able to get 2 extra locations.
Yeah, front of tavern looked like it was pretty quick. It looked like it was west desert entrance, so that's going to also give 2 more connections. So that's good.
Hitaka's going to do Super Bunny right now. And actually, this makes a certain amount of sense for him in particular, since he has got that fire rod. He can get a full magic refill here, regardless of what everything else is.
Yeah, right now, Telethar's still working just with the bow, but no ammo, so just bombs really. And Hitaka has got a decent set of arrows, so...
And another desert entrance in Kakariko.
Yeah. It seemed bad at first, getting kind of hosed by that tree pull. I'm still not sure exactly what happened, but it's worked out.
And a sword. Oh, that worked out really well for Hitaka that he followed this now. Of course, we just found the other side. You think you spit out wherever Telethar just went in. So it kind of works out well for both of them. Telethar's going to get his sword, and Hitaka just lands right back in Kakariko, which is probably where he wants to be anyway.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that not that useful of a connector, but a good one to just have out of the way. It's one more door you don't have to check.
Okay, Hitaka, who doesn't track but does keep notes. I think he said he has a spreadsheet of some sort that he keeps track of things with. I don't know how people do that, but to each their own. Did pause to write something down there, you could tell. And a hook shot. Oh wow.
Wow. This is kind of cascading a little bit. This is opening very, very quickly for Hitaka. Telethar is still finding things, but that is a big find from upper Hera. Getting back to Hera is going to turn out pretty big, and let's see what the 5-6 crystals are. Oh, Hera is one of them.
Hera. Okay, so we do need to do Hera at some point.
That's pretty disgusting that the hookshot's behind upper Hera, though.
Mm-hmm.
That's going to be one of those things where, because everyone just wants to Hera pot, not going to work out if you're trying to delay it.
Okay, we do see a Dark World and exit from the other part of desert. Fortunately, Hitaka can go back through if he wants to. We do see Agina's cave there. Can't do that one. There are some if we had a mirror, there are some caves you can, do a Super Bunny glitch to go ahead and get those chests, but not if you have to bomb a wall. So that cave in particular, we won't be able to sequence break. Actually have to have a moon pearl for that one. Also, Hitaka showing us the bunny revival that is never in logic, but often, like, you just do it. There's almost never a reason not to do it if you can in these dungeons.
Yeah, I mean, this is one where there is at least one Light World entrance, so it's basically resetting the state. Maybe not with an intended traversal direction, but it doesn't get him anything that's out of logic, which is really maybe even the danger. So everything's working out okay. See what Lost Woods has.
Torch. Not going to worry about that later.
We still are looking for Well and for Ganon, and we just found Ganon.
Okay, so we won't have to kill either Aga for Ganon, so hopefully we just won't have to kill either Aga. Hitaka writing some more stuff down.
It looks like Hitaka's
nice bush crab
on the notes. What was bush crab? I missed it.
It was big magic.
Ooh, yeah, that is a good one.
Okay, we'll get to see what the lumberjack. That's always a big one to see. We have. Oh, that's a good one. That's a really good find because Uncle, you don't want to have to kill Aga 2 for Uncle, and you'll never have to kill Aga 1 for Uncle because you can get there from the front. You don't have to drop down.
Exactly. This is one of the best possible hits at lumberjack. Now the items leaving a little to be desired, but it'll feel really good to know that very unlikely that anything involving Aga 1 is going to come up.
Yeah, there's some edge cases where it could happen, or at least be logical, but I doubt we're going to see any of those. It's very rare that your only Dark World access would be from killing Aga 1. And the slightly more likely, but still very unlikely, would be you need it to get to the Pyramid Fairy location. Chances are we'll get a hammer before that becomes an issue.
And it looks like we are going to get the sanctuary information here. So Telethar just kind of continuing the clockwise loop here out of Kakariko.
Looks like Magic Bat. So we're down to, I think we're down to the well and the useless fairy. So so you really hope the well is going to be this next drop down, because if it's not, then that means the well is behind Aga 2, and that's always having to do a climb to get to. It ends up being 9 items, but yeah, okay. So it's right here. I believe all we have left is the useless fairy, so won't have to kill Aga 2 either.
Yeah, so far this is working out, and we have a Ganon's Tower small, and Hitaka is going to go right back.
Finish this dungeon. Yeah,
finish up Hera, which I don't hate it. This is an exceptionally early crystal. Didn't like that attempt at Hera Pot.
Yeah, and I like that if he didn't like it, that he kind of noped out of it, because you only have 3 hearts, so you get like 2 shots at this. If the bomb hits you.
Yeah, he now only has 2 bombs, so this one's kind of...
Got 1 more shot at this. A little more difficult to do this without boots, because you have to actually place yourself in that first one instead of being able to bonk into that position.
Wow. Yeah, so it's a big nope here for Hera, as Witch's Hut is just the brewery, so just a piece of heart.
So he's still going to be able to do this, he's just going to have to do this the long way. The only problem is he's going to have to be careful. 1 heart.
It does get an extra bomb. Only choosing to pick up 1, but there's at least 1 more that's easy to grab on the way, so not too bad. And yeah, he's going to take the safety switch there to unlock those pots at the top.
Yeah, I think that's when you're only on 3 hearts green mail. I think that's a really smart thing to do. Okay, Telethar getting some of the information that Hitaka got earlier with these entrances not really having much of anything. She also saw the compass sitting on Lake Hylia Island. I personally like compasses more than a lot of people, but like that's way too far out of the way to get one. So
Yeah, same thing with the one that was at Mushroom Spot. Like, I'm fine with compasses. I don't hate them. They offload a little bit of the processing in dungeons, but yeah, it's a big ask.
Yeah, yeah. If you have to go out of your way for it, that's a bit much. It'll be 6 slashes because we have fighter sword only. Not even really NMG because we don't have like boots. Oh, I guess we have the bow. Not that the bow would do us any good here.
Yeah, is Hera continuing to be loaded? Yes.
Yes.
Wow. Hera is absolutely stacked. That is
that hammer would have been nice before the fight.
Pretty nuts, actually. Hopefully, something over here in Eastern area. But yeah, if you're Hitaka, you have to feel just absolutely great about how that worked out.
And that hammer is going to get him an item over here at the Magic Bat location.
Yeah, it's going to unlock that big key, so we'll get to find out what that is real soon.
Spiral Cave over on Telethar's side, so that's another item that he'll be able to pick up, and a connector he'll follow.
Yeah, connectors with items, always good. And that's Desert Big Key. Wow, so Landmo, as soon as we find Desert North.
Yeah, he's got a fire rod and a sword. No reason he can't do that.
Ooh, and Cape in Spiral Cave.
Definitely a nice find before you see Bumper. I often joke that, like, Bumper Cave, I end up seeing both ends of it before I actually see the cape. But, you know, having the cape early means that when you find it, you can just go ahead and follow that connector. And we see the mire area as a bunny. It's always good to find that mire area, even if it's as a bunny, just to know that you have that connection there. Makes it a little less likely that mitts would be hard required at some point in this seed.
Yeah, finding mire area, I'm always happy to do it. Because some of these seeds just shut off the mire and desert area so hard to end. Ooh, Skull Woods. So we're going to see a bunny revival here. Now, without that fire rod from Hera, Telethar not going to be able to. Not that they have the Skull Woods big or anything, but if that were to show up, not going to be able to kill Moth.
Don't need the Skull Woods big for this.
Sorry.
Yeah, the Skull Woods big is one of those.
It's one of those pointless ones.
Yeah, those fetch quest keys where you kind of want to have them before you check the area. Now in Skull Woods' case, it doesn't matter for this particular location. It matters for when you do the drop down area. But you know that one, the Ice Palace key, the Swamp one, and Hera to a lesser extent because Hera sometimes becomes hard required. The hook shots behind it. I like to call those fetch quest keys because if you don't have them before you go into the dungeons, they become fetch quests and they become really bad fetch quests.
Yeah, was thinking about the small key door there, and
that he does need a small key. Yes,
that's the one that they don't have.
And you know they'll be able to get a small key to that. It's very rare that it becomes required for you to find that small key because there's so many of them.
So that shovel lamp there in the grove.
But yeah, because you can get small keys to Skullwoods in pots in the pinball room, which is always a small key in this version of the randomizer. So usually you can find it. But that lamp's a really nice find. Doesn't have to worry about dark rooms. Has a fire source now.
Yeah, as long as this is back to Hera, which it is. So Telethar is going to get the fire rod and the desert small key and that hammer. Presumably.
Yeah, all very important things. That desert small key in particular, getting that hook shot. Let's see when Hitaka digs up his lamp. I suspect he'll be in that area at some point.
Yeah, Hitaka was just a little more thorough early with some of the connectors and digging out items in the location, so he's a little behind on mapping out the world. But both runners are just kind of making up a little bit of what we've seen the other do. Nice bomb jump here from Telethar to get that desert small key.
Yeah, that's not so much a difficult bomb jump, just that it's very punishing if you mess it up and fall down 2 floors of the dungeon. So definitely a scarier one than some of the other ones. Telethar down to 1 heart, and he did not hit the safety switch, so he's going to be on that 1 heart, and he's not going to be able to take a hit at all.
You know, I don't think we've seen what the stun prize is, but no way to leverage it. We're going to see an angry Moldorm here. Hopefully Telethar is able to keep the fight under control. Bootless Fighter Sword Moldorm is always kind of a crap time.
Hitaka's going to get the good news. He doesn't worry about Aga 1, while Telethar finishing up Moldorm and finishing up... Well, I guess not quite finishing up Hera. The small key to Hera is probably, I guess, one of the examples of a fetch quest small key, since the ability to go down to Hera basements has absolutely nothing to do with the rest of the dungeon. So you get that small key at some point, and when do you go back to Hera? That's not a great item to find.
Yeah, we'll be hoping for our runners' sakes to not see that Tower of Hera small key.
Exactly.
Yeah, into desert now with that small key. So Telethar going to be basically making up some of the same things that we saw from Hitaka. Does have the lamp up on Hitaka, but not really that useful of an item here just yet.
Yeah, we haven't seen any dark connectors where I think it really becomes useful if you find those dark connectors with the lamp. Then you don't have to. Some of them aren't too bad. Like I know I personally will search out the old man cave from the front side so that because you can hear that you're falling and you're not being put back to the beginning. So you know when you found that one, you can follow it to the mountain. But some of the other ones are a little more tricky.
It's not too hard to suss out which is which, but having the lamp makes it real easy. So.
Yeah, exactly.
It's good that he's got that. And Hitaka, found his
tack
well.
Yeah, and all the dark caves are connectors, so it's you have to check those out, rather than just marking them dark and coming back later if you don't want to explore them.
So, Telethar getting the intel about the Agena cave there out of the East Desert exit.
Yep.
I don't remember. Did we see where the main desert exit went?
It's in Kakariko.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, we had the 2 in Kak.
Hitaka over here going to take this time to go ahead and do a Houlihan play just for extra money. So kind of nice that you can do this now and have plenty of money for later. You never know when you're going to run into something that needs money, I guess. Might want to do Zora at some point. We're well ways away from doing Zora, both in terms of money and in terms of logic, but obviously something on his mind.
Yeah, no, this is interesting.
Yeah, Hitaka never did the back of escape. Yeah. So doing that now.
Going back to back of escape, we'll see if there's
I don't recall
a playthrough to Dark Cross or something.
Yeah, you could do that.
He doesn't have a small key for it yet, so
no, so you can't do that.
Yeah, no, not available. I wasn't sure if we had that small, but we do not.
Well, if he goes back into Hera, he'll know he got 5 out of 6 items. He got a compass.
And Telethar going to groan a little bit, find that desert big key after having just been in desert. Probably going to go back in and chase it.
We're going to get some new entrances from Hitaka. He's not ready to follow that shovel yet. Just a fairy cave. It's amazing how you learn how many fairy caves there are, how many fortune teller caves there are, how many shops there are that you just never see when we play these randomizers normally.
Yeah, I mean, if we knew a priori which doors they were, as is normal or as is typical.
The mountain too.
Let's see where this connector goes. Oh yeah, this is the Ice Palace Island or whatever, the fairy fountain. It looks like we're going for a splash delete here from Telethar and gets it with the bow.
Very nicely done.
Heads up play.
Ice Palace. We can go in.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what he's thinking.
I think you're kind of contractually obligated to do this, Hitaka.
I mean, you could at least check with the hook shot. Isn't really that bad. You can at least check the first chest. You have an easy weapon to kill the 10 gators. That was a big key to GT over at the hobo, which may or may not be needed.
Yeah, if nothing else, it's good to have found because it can lead to some convenience downstream. Yeah, I would not be surprised for this Ice Palace play to turn up something just based on the way that the seed's falling.
Yeah, and I feel like early bad loadout Ice Palaces like to have stuff. So we are going to have to, I mean, if I'm Hitaka, I don't do a bomb jump or anything. You've got 3 hearts, so a bomb jump's going to take away one of them. You might as well just, and you know, the odds that you'd be able to finish the dungeon, even if you found the glove, which was right now all we're missing for it, you'd still have a 3-heart fighter sword, low magic. Like, it still just sounds like a bad idea to try and finish it, but you can certainly get a lot of things. You know, on Telethar side, we're going to see some new entrances over here in the Ice Rod Cave area.
Yeah, this is another one of those where if it pays off big early, like if it happens to lead to a glove, that's going to be pretty important. And there's the North Desert Palace. I
bet he goes back in there after this. Oh, Hitaka, making me a liar, is going to go ahead and do the bomb jump. There's really no... I see no upside of doing this bomb jump now. It's just gonna be a bad cold stare fight if you end up doing it. The odds of finding the gloves are small, and now if he wants to go do iced tea, it becomes more difficult. But let's see what he decides to do here.
This Desert North location and that 2-way connector, both very interesting finds for Telethar. Now, Hitaka with the flute isn't going to have as much trouble getting over to that area as one might normally expect. Mm-hmm. So I don't think it's going to, make a huge difference, but it definitely is a big early find.
Oh, this is not great. He's gonna... Okay. Or he's just gonna die. The problem with that, you want to end your trip into Ice Palace going that direction, because once you get... Because he has no small key. Once he gets to the room with the chest, he won't be able to get out. Unless that is exactly an Ice Palace small key. Which in Key Sanity mode, it's not likely.
Yeah, I think we're going to see a little bit of a mulligan here and going back and activating the flute, and we'll see where Hitaka branches to from there.
See if he remembers to turn in that shovel while he's at it. In fact, he just menued, so maybe he'll that's the reminder to do that shovel.
And I didn't see whether that was a crystal drop or not there for Telethar, but
looks like our tracker tracked it as a crystal. Shout outs to our trackers, Liberal and Toffel. Thank you very much for doing the tracking. I always call you all the MVPs because you're doing all the hard work.
And we got that last Mire exit from that connector. So Misery Mire, Quake Medallion, we're not going to need it. It's just a connector.
That's we'll only need it for turn. We're not going to need it for Misery Mire, which is always good to know. Mm-hmm. Hitaka, I'm not sure why he went back into Hera. He did skip the shovel, though.
Yeah, skipping shovel, not great. Not a fan of that play.
No, you know you have it. He's gonna He is activating the flute, which of course
Yeah.
is super important.
The flute is, one of the big things, and Telethar finding that Turtle Rock main entrance. And gonna head over into the desert area. And it's gonna work out pretty well, going to find his flute. And I guess Hitaka may still have some checks to do
Yeah,
in
it sure looks that way.
Kakariko. Although it's possible that he just was aware of that heart piece and just said, okay, if I'm going to have to do this marginally crappy ice play, I wouldn't mind the just differential extra safety.
Yeah, and Telethar is going to go into ice.
Yeah, Telethar draining a little magic there. Seemed unintentional, but used half a bar just shooting statues in the wall. So gonna have to be maybe a little tighter on magic management.
Okay, Hitaka's going to get his lamp, so that'll be really good. If he decides to go to the mountain, he'll be able to rescue the old man, get another entrance. We'll see if he decides to do that or check other locations. Taking that flute out.
Pengators with a really nice full refill there for Telethar. That's gonna help with some of the room 1 struggles.
It looks like he's going to go and check these Ice Rod Cave area ones, so he'll find his back of desert and probably finish that out as well.
Yeah, not a lot of opportunity for divergences here. We'll see what Telethar finds, because if Ice Palace doesn't have anything, which would surprise me, it's going to maybe work out well for Hitaka, although he'll be thinking about getting back to it. But definitely pay attention to what's going on the right screen.
Yeah, absolutely. And with that flute, he's going to go take the quick way over to 8 to get to these last couple of entrances. Telthar also doing the bomb jump. Okay. I still don't like that.
I mean,
on the off chance you get a glove, you can finish this, but
yeah, there's a heart under the pot. You have hookshot. You can maybe like rando it into a bonus heart. I mean, it's not the worst. I'm just that much more comfortable with doing the bomb jump that I just do it.
No, I'm just more to the point that without the glove, we can't finish the dungeon anyway, and just makes routing more difficult. Like he's gonna come if he goes down to Ice Tea, he's gonna have to either bomb jump it or he's gonna have to go fall down, come back up. It's just more about the routing than about the bomb. I mean, you have to be able to do the bomb jump. I've gone very much on record of saying that we love icebreaker. It's great. It's a great thing to do, but you can't always guarantee its availability. But right here, he's gonna have to fall down, walk all the way back up just to get around to be able to do iced tea. And if you don't bomb jump, then the pegs are just in a much better position. And like we thought, Hitaka gonna finish up desert.
Yeah, and we'll see how this treats Telethar here. Oh, taking a hit from the little wall spook there.
There's a whole lot of hearts under these pots, so you can get some nice refills. Just don't run into the anti-fairy.
Anti-fairy being a jerk, and wall spook.
Being a bigger jerk.
Being a bigger jerk, yeah. So both runners having a little bit of Ice Palace hardships. And Hitaka cleans up his land mollusk. Little rocky, but gets his $20 and a crystal. One of those a little more important than the other.
Yep. And Telethar has decided to give up on Ice Palace as well at this point.
I'm beginning.
He also
to
has
think,
that flute, so I feel like going to the mountain at this point is the play.
Yeah, the mountain seems most likely, especially with hookshot. There's just so much access, and hammer, even if we find our way to the top somehow.
Or we can go to the eastern area. I mean, that's stuff too.
And maybe Hitaka is just thinking about, you know, what stuff was walkable early. Maybe he feels really good about where he found that flute in the early Hera, and just wants to be sure that he doesn't get punished by, you know, skipping and maybe just saving seconds rather than being first to the mountain.
Telethar activating the flute as well. There's an entry that you really like to see super early because you
has pretty good micro. It's always nice to see.
Yes. We saw Spiral Cave on Telethar site earlier. I didn't realize this is where it was.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was eastern. I think this is what spits you out into the mire area in the top left, the mire shed. So I think we're going to see Hitaka end up there real soon.
Oh, Thieves Town up in the mountain. Can't do much here, but we can open 4 chests, which is actually I shouldn't say it that way. We can get 4 chests. So
yeah,
can't do anything else. But 4 chests is 4 chests.
Yeah, seems like a great thing to do.
Yeah, absolutely. And oh, by the way, you don't have to do a 4-heart fighter sword blind, although fighter sword's not that big a deal. But 4 hearts green mail, yeah, that's. I mean, if you know the script, it shouldn't be hard, but you don't have to worry about it right now because you're probably not finding the big key.
Yeah, I feel like these modes, like your more clowny randomizer modes, you probably should just learn the blind script. But there's that Moon Pearl.
Yeah, that's really big.
Gets Moon Pearl, turns into Bunny immediately. That's the
it's pretty funny. Yeah, I find in Crosskeys in particular, it's very common to, in the early stages, be very, very low on resources and health and all that stuff. Whereas in the end game, you usually have everything, like gold sword, silvers, like a bunch of bottles and stuff, but that's the end. The beginning, you could end up with some pretty low percentage fights, and it's kind of fun that way, because you don't normally, these are just things you don't normally get to see.
And we could see a nice triple dip here of desert by Telethar, as now the desert east exit leads us over to that one chest in Agina's cave that is accessible now with that Moon Pearl. So good job, Crosskeys. Do your thing. Not on my list of things I immediately want to do.
Not mine either.
But see where Hitaka flutes to. I can't imagine it's anything but mountain at this point. But no, we're going to the witch. We're going to the witch first.
That's a quick one-off with an item. Skullwood's small key for Telethar, so if he wants to go back and do Skullwoods, he can at any time.
Sure, that's at the top of the list.
It wouldn't be at the top of my list, to be perfectly honest. But it's nice to know that you can do it when you want to. And we get a whole slew of caves here that you just can't route them all in together.
Oh, and there's the bumper cave, so we can find out where that goes.
We can. And we can't get that big key. So mark the library for later.
It's really...
Taka's in Thieves Town gonna get his Moon Pearl.
We'll see what he does with his Moon Pearl.
So far, we had some early nice caves, and now we're not seeing a whole lot. Also, there's 2 Dark World entrances we can check. So there's a whole loop of checking all these caves is just a pain. There's just no good way to do it. It looks like Telethar is going to follow this bumper cave first. Fun fact, you can do that part of the bumper cave with hookshot.
Yeah.
You go from that direction.
Yep. Logical.
And it
to
is
do
logical.
So. Yeah. It's one of those kind of corner case crappy things that this mode
Yeah.
could do to you. But there's the Hyrule Castle entrance there for the top. So we'll see if the cape leads us on.
You know, the nice thing about finding a connector here is that when you get the mirror later, you don't ever have to come back, most likely. Yeah, you won't ever have to come back. Hitaka's going to get his old man, and the nice thing about the way the old man entrance works, we do actually get 2 entrances out of it, especially with the lamp, where it makes it really easy to go out the back. And sometimes the back entrance is the better one.
Yeah, and then you also get the saving quits. So like just having the saving quit for old man is great.
Hopefully they get some sort of good location for this entrance, because the sanctuary being in the castle just is basically Link's house but worse. So.
Mountain front spitting us out over near Pod.
That's interesting.
So. Oh. Telethar has some things to check here. Hitaka not checking it just yet. Still has more Death Mountain to do.
Yep. If we never need money, we know where to go now. A lot of times when I find a cave like that, I just grab all the money if it's early. Just once. You just, you don't want to be going unless you have to farm. You don't want to be going back and forth.
Yeah, chat commenting a little bit on the nature of the spawn point here. It's a pretty crappy one.
It really is.
You can go anywhere, but you gotta walk.
A whole lot of walking, because that hookshot will get you over to the west side and all the way around to Hype Cave.
Yeah, it's a lot of slow traversal. Hopefully we find like a connector between east and west or something.
And we find Eastern. So four things we can get in here. Sadly, don't have the big key, so we can't get the big chest, and more importantly, can't kill the boss. It is a red crystal, so we are eventually going to have to do this one.
Yeah, and choosing to go in and, finding Swamp Small Key immediately. That's obviously an exciting one.
Yeah, I say that's a big one, but actually, assuming the Swamp's a crystal, that is the one we want to find. If Swamp is a pendant, then let it rot somewhere that we will never see the light of day.
Yeah. Although it is actually a small one. The big one's actually a lot less useful.
Oh, the big one is terrible unless you get it before you actually go in the first. It's another one of those fetch quest keys. If you don't have it when you go in the first time and you find it later, it's just, no, don't give me this. But yeah, just making the assumption that Swamp is a crystal. Yeah, that you want that small key. If it turns out to be a pendant, then it's just, when do I want to go and get those 9 or 10 items in Swamp Palace? And are they required? Of course, without flippers, without finding the damage at the moment, pretty irrelevant.
And Hitaka gonna get his 10 arrows, but he's already full on arrows. Joke's on him. Unfortunate.
Almost makes you miss the capacity upgrades.
When one of the best weapons you've got right now is bow, I mean, you have hammer, but hammer's hitbox is awful, so I miss capacity upgrades. I want them. I will go buy them.
Yeah, I've been, especially at this mode, I've been known to do that. If you're on fighter sword and you're gonna, I know I've done. I can't remember whether it was a fighter sword or just a no sword. Mire play where just having extra bombs and extra arrows made the fight still bad, but a little less bad.
It didn't seem like much after that Swamp Small in Eastern, but Swamp Small Key, always worth having, and we'll see what the back of the Old Man Cave gets.
Yeah, these checks, I don't think Telethar did the Dark World checks here. Well, that one's the less good Rupee Cave.
Yeah, I think we're getting some new info here from both runners now. And it's...
That's a
cave.
good place. Yeah, that's a good place to spawn, I think. It's a lot of stuff down here.
Yeah, there's definitely more to do. And, ooh, a rogue small key here in checkerboard. For
a
pod.
Our first pod small key. Oh, no, it's our second one I see on the tracker. Second of many. Ideally, it'd be nice to not find pod until you have at least 5 of them. Logically, you need all 6 to clear everything. It's very easy to break around one key with the hammer jump. A little more difficult to break around the second one if you never open that front door.
Yeah, I'm interested to see what we find here in this Dark World loop, because it seems like this is the place to be.
But we haven't seen... Yeah, Hitaka gonna take a different tact and go and check out East Death Mountain. We haven't seen... I don't think we've seen any of these entrances yet.
Yeah, there's 4 over here to check. It's not too slow if you don't find anything. It's good info to get out of the way.
Easy enough to flute away if you want to go elsewhere. Or save and quit if you want to go to the Dark World areas. And there's Misery Mire, which we can't do a whole... Well, let's see. We can do 6 items here. Yeah.
I was gonna say, we can do a decent amount. We got Fire Source, we got Hookshot. I think you're probably gonna do a little bit of digging here if you're Hitaka.
Thankfully, Wizrobes in Link to the Past are not nearly as hard to kill as Wizrobes in the original Zelda. Just one shot and a fighter sword. Of course, they can one-shot you if you're low on health. As Hitaka is demonstrating for us.
Medley also not very hard to kill right now, so we'll see Hitaka run this back. Go for round 2. Usually you want a 1-cycle Mire 2. You usually don't want a 2-cycle Mire 2, but Hitaka's going for the 2-cycle here.
Yeah, those Wizrobes taking a page out of their Zelda 1 counterparts in terms of how much damage they do.
And I missed which door it was, but we have a Castle Tower Small and the Dam here for Telethar. So, 2 items.
Yeah, you don't really need that. We're not going to need a second Castle Tower key, but that is, that first one, being able to go in. When we find Castle Tower, being able to go in and just get the 2 items, it's certainly nice.
Especially with Lamp already, like, it's real quick.
It's the heart and the first check in Mire. And because we come in with a small key, we always like to do, usually in a Kisani mode, you do the left side first, as Hitaka's doing. You do not want to get hit by those bomber slugs, though. I think it's 4 hearts of damage on green mail, so...
Yeah, those
insta-death.
Hit real hard. Do not play nice with Medley or any other Link sprite.
I believe we saw a single rupee on the dig game, so not very useful there.
Yeah, but Telethar doing a good job of just kind of chewing through that Dark World information. It's, even if not turning up anything, it's almost assured that Hitaka's going to end up doing the same stuff.
Yeah, and I also like that, knowing he just pulled the dam, when he saved and quit, the first thing he did was flute to 7 and check that item out. I know I've been caught not checking that item right away and missing my boots for 40 minutes after I could have gotten them. So
yeah,
for him it was just a heart piece, but at least it's peace of mind. He doesn't have to worry about it anymore.
Yeah, there's a lot of processing that goes on with this, so just being able to offload some little bit of it and not worry is huge. Although, speaking of huge, that fetch quest small key for Ice Palace, that's gonna be good for Hitaka to have found here in Mire.
Yeah, and actually, logically, we do need the big key to ice. So, granted, we still need a glove to finish the dungeon, but that gets us that much closer.
Yeah, I definitely, especially after the early Ice Palace hardship, am pretty happy to have seen it. And Telethar getting a little bullied by the Smoldorms here.
Did we not see this on Hitaka's side? Because he's over at that East Death Mountain, I thought. Let's see if he gets anything good here. Piece hard, 20 rupees. A map. We haven't gotten a lot of maps yet. And a piece of heart. Not a great mini Moldorm cave.
5th heart container, not so bad. But yeah, not really what you're looking for out of a 5 chest location.
Ooh, another pod small key.
But no, Hitaka didn't get to these double 5s.
Oh, wow. And flippers. That's a much more interesting item. And that was the Thieves Town. Was that a small key? It was a small key at Thieves Town. Okay. And it's tower, small key, and half magic, which is always a nice but not needed find, but definitely one of the better luxury items in the game.
Yeah, and Hitaka is definitely going to check those caves, assuming that he doesn't die to squirrels.
Yeah, I think we're going to see. Yeah, I think we're going to see a nice switching of places here. Just use the cape, maybe.
Yeah, you got some magic. You're about to get half magic. It's okay.
Yep, Telethar going to dip into Mire. Hitaka going to do this in the opposite order. Going to go ahead and do the hype cave first. This also puts Zora in logic. I mentioned that mainly because Hitaka has a lot more rupees, mostly off the back of doing a Houlihan earlier. At 647, has plenty of rupees to do Zora and still do the pod entrance when he decides to. Telethar has already done the pod entrance, so don't have to worry about that. But not really that close to the Zora play in terms of money. I don't know how much you prioritize that at this point. We'll see what the runners decide to do. Not so bad with the flute, though. You just flute to 8 and get there pretty quickly.
Yeah. Hitaka's going to have the entirety of Dark World to look at, basically. Yep. So I don't know that we'll see him chase the flippers aggressively. Just because it's not particularly fast and it's not super location dense. But
yep. And it would be really nice if you could wait for a mirror and be able to chain it with catfish. But you never know if that's going to actually come to play. Looks like I
was going to say, we might be seeing some flip stuff right away.
I think we're going to see some flip stuff.
I guess, I don't know. I don't think Hitaka knows about the save and quit to Dark World through Old Man. I don't think
he might not have checked that yet.
Yeah, I don't think he's checked that yet. So he might be looking at like Desert Palace exit to one item is the only Dark World that's available right now. So this looks more attractive from that standpoint for sure. And there's that GT big key.
GT big key. Which also can at times turn to a fetch quest. Thankfully, if you have it before you actually go down to the basement, you won't orphan that big chest. Nothing worse than having to go back to the Ganon's Tower big chest if you've already cleared out the rest of the basement.
Yeah, we've all been there, and it's no fun.
Oh, this is a useless cave.
I was gonna say,
I have no idea where this cave is. It's somewhere on Death Mountain, I think. And what the purpose? It looks like there should be a drop down to fall at the bottom of there, but there isn't. It's nothing. It's just a completely useless cave.
Yeah, it's a weird one. I concur in that I do not know exactly where that cave is or why. I think you can fall into it and then jump down from the top somehow.
Yeah, I haven't found how that works, so it looks like there should be a way to jump down into that cave, but I've yet to find it.
I feel like child me managed to do this at some point. Okay, it's not a multi-entrance cave, as you're saying, but Tofile saying there are fairies on the other side.
Oh, really? Okay.
And
just a bottle at Zora, which, I mean, to be fair, we're still pretty low health, so having that extra safety is not a bad thing. To the point where Hitaka's even going... I mean, this is a heart container that you know, if you have a few more hearts, maybe some blue mail, you're probably not going out of your way to pick up. But when you're only on 5 hearts green, I think it makes a lot of sense to just go ahead and pick that up. This might be the save and quit to one of the old man spots for Hitaka, because it looks like he went to the Link's house and said, no, I've got a better option.
Yeah, unless he really wants to go chase that one item in Agina's cave behind desert that we still haven't seen and that still like is kind of bothering me. But there's Ganon's tower for Telethar.
Oh, we can do all of the left side. Just two checks on this side, and a whole lot of crap. But Telethar can go all the way in logic to the left, and with 3 small keys even, he could go up.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of Ganon's tower action to be had here.
I mean, there's certain parts of Ganon's tower that logically need 4 keys. In particular, the firebar room needs 4 keys, getting all the way to the top. But no one ever opens that middle door. So that's 1 key we can always save. And if we go this direction first to get to the Ice Armos, worst case, you could steal the key after the compass room to make sure you have enough keys to do everything.
Yeah, I'll be pretty surprised if we don't see a glove pop here in Ganon's tower. I feel like we're pretty due.
Certainly, yeah, it's a good. Yeah, I could definitely. I mean, it may or not be a glove. Well, that would be the most progressive item I think we could find at the moment. So that seems pretty likely. That's what we'll see. I think we're gonna see stuff here. So many checks.
Yeah, glove would give us proper Dark World access, which seems fairly desirable at this point. As Hitaka finds
proper Dark World access in Crosskeys. What's that?
Well, if you happen to be really lucky and find the hammer and a glove, that's one thing that will do it.
Yeah, and hammer will definitely be. I mean, I say that, but we actually don't have that much information about our pendants and crystals at the moment. We have a hammer, so we're not worried about it, but it is possible, though highly unlikely, to finish a seed without a glove or a hammer. Just because a lot of the dungeons that were used to being locked by gloves and hammers, that's on the outside, not on the inside.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, though, so far we're not seeing a whole lot in here. Our chat having a little bit of fun. Tam saying he would have been here 55 minutes ago at the 56-minute mark of the seed, and Goomba saying that he knows what's up. So. No, maybe Ice Armos has the key, because we're kind of starting to run out of stuff. A lot of runners will go ahead and check the big chest first before going and doing Ice Armos, which I tend to like. And a Blue King, which, I mean, it makes things safer, but we already have a cape. And now the fun part, we're going to do a bomb jump here. It's not too hard a bomb jump. Not one you usually, because usually you can just bonk over this. And it's in logic to do this, because if you light that torch there, you can actually see the floor and see the path to get through to there. Red boomerang. Thankfully, we have a bow, and we will not be seeing any boomerang shenanigans on these Armos Knights. Okay, and Hitaka gonna go ahead and check the back of the old man cave. Gonna find himself out at Hype Cave. 3 more checks. Bombs and a shield. I didn't see what that first item was, but like not a whole lot of use over there in Ganon's Tower, and poor Telethar doing the thing that we all do at some point and trying to death warp with a fairy. You just haven't played this game enough if that's never happened to you. But sadly, yeah, left side of GT Basement just not having the goods. He could go ahead and climb. That's 4 more items. We're pretty certain that the yeah, it looks like he is going to go ahead and climb. We're pretty certain that the drop down is the useless fairy cave. So not going to go ahead and finish. There's no reason to kill Agate 2 at this point. I mean, that's still 4 items that you can get to. It's the shame is it just takes forever to get to them. And 7 heart, green mail, fighter sword, Ganon's Tower. I mean, that's something that Crosskeys can make you do. So you know, you do it, but definitely not the easiest thing ever. Has 4 hours left for the second set of mimics. There are arrows in these pots, so long as they don't get despawned, which is a thing that can happen. Fortunately, they didn't. He gets some for extra firepower as he goes up the tower. Hitaka, meanwhile, running around in the Dark World. Going to be checking a lot of these entrances and locations that Telethar already checked. He could bomb jump to this fairy room, and I think he's going to. This is one of the easier bomb jumps in the game, so if you feel like you need it, no reason not to. You only got 7 hearts, only 3. You're about to go into the gauntlet. This makes a lot of sense. Okay, Hitaka getting his nothing from the dig game. And Telethar are going to continue this climb. Hopefully something good comes up here, because this is a lot of time invested into Ganon's Tower for so far very little. Let's see where Hitaka goes next. Okay, gonna start at the old man and start in the pod area. Again, has basically access to everything that doesn't involve picking up a rock or being on Dark Death Mountain on the east side. Meanwhile, Telethar probably pretty thankful for this half magic to work on Landmo 2. And it's going to switch to the hammer and the sword. Because wants to have enough magic to do the torches when he gets there. Without having to sweat it out. No Canis Samario, so no fun Canis Samario strats here. Hitaka, meanwhile, has also found GT and is going to probably full clear the basement as well for very little gain. Telethar going for the arrow strats. Which I think if you know how to do them well, are actually maybe a little faster, but he gets through it. Nice heart drop for him there. Yeah, it looks like he might have gotten the double heal on that heart, which is, you know, a very weird, odd thing that when you pick up a heart with... Oh, no. Oh, good. Okay, he's fine. If you pick up a heart with a boomerang or a hook shot, sometimes you get 2 hearts. Yeah, and he's going to want to use the lamp here. Because just low magic. You don't want to run out here. Switch the fire rod here, because there's no reason not to. That's a pain if you don't have a fire rod. is going to grab the magic refill to do the next torches room. Okay, now we get to the items. What do we have? A bow! So silvers, which is nice, but this is not what you want to climb all the way up here for. I don't think anybody in this tournament is going to have a bad enough silverless fight that bow is going to be the thing that you say, oh, goody, I came all the way up here for this. An ether medallion, which I suppose could be the entry into Turtle Rock. So could be required, but that's a very, very iffy thing. So again, not the greatest thing. You kind of hope that it ends up being something. A heart container. We just got one more item. 2.5 hearts. I mean, he did the last Moldorm fight without, he didn't even have the hammer for that one. And so this should be easy, but 2.5 hearts is still scary. Fortunately, you don't have to worry about Aga. We know it's the useless fairy drop down. We don't have to worry about Ganon right now because, well, we don't have enough crystals to kill him anyway. Wow. Looks like he is going to continue on. Maybe either one of us missed a drop down. Either he has his drop down wrong and we'll be killing Agatu for nothing, or we have the drop downs wrong and he'll be getting 1 or 2. I guess at this point it would only be 1 item because we've seen the uncle, and that would be the 2-item place, and we've seen the well, which would have been the 5 items. We'll see if Hitaka chooses to follow him up. I hope for his sake that we were the ones that counted the drop-downs wrong. Because it'd really be annoying to do this, kill, and drop down into a fairy pond. A moment of truth. Indeed, it is the fairy cave. Well, at least he gets a nice full heal. We do get a nice free look at the big key over here. All right, and Hitaka gonna check out that cave we were talking about earlier from that connector in the Dark World. I'm gonna see what it has, and it's just 20 rupees. Hitaka not doing the climb, which for now he's dodging. He's dodging a whole big time waste. I don't think I've ever seen a Ganon's Tower with so little in one of these Crosskeys seeds. That just was just a whole lot of nothing. Hitaka back in the Dark World. Yeah, I don't think he's checked all these entrances here. Telethar now in the north part of the Dark World. Checking out this house here. This is the one that sells the red shield in the vanilla game. Nothing here. I always think that looks like a classroom or something, but definitely doesn't have any items for us. I'm just going to go ahead and grab this small key. We have not seen Hyrule Castle yet. That is part of Hyrule Castle. A whole lot of items we can get here. 4 items plus the one in Dark Cross. Logically speaking, we can only get 2. Because the logic expects us to have the small key to full clear this, because you could use the small key in a bad way. But I don't think we're going to worry about that right now. We're just going to go ahead and clear this. And then probably check where these entrances take us. And the first chest is a small key to Dark Palace. So, Telethar up to 3 pod small keys. There's one that Hitaka has that he does not. See what our second item is here. Go ahead and use that hammer on the green guard there, and on the blue guard, because it's just a much more powerful weapon, even if it is a crappy hitbox. I didn't see. I think that was Skullwood. I didn't see where that small key was too, but it didn't really register as anything super good. And Telethar setting up for the Death Warp, and then gonna one-shot the poor ball and chain guard with the fire rod, and gets the mirror. That's a heck of a time to get a mirror. Oh my god. Well, okay, yeah. Would have been nicer to get that one chest earlier, so you didn't have to worry about death warping. But we'll take it. That opens up a lot of things we can do. And remember, everything behind that mirror is out of logic until we find that castle, until we find the Hyrule Castle small key. I did not see him get the item. Did he just... So for those of you that maybe don't understand how some of these enemies work, the snakes and more importantly the rats in the back here, we're coming into the Dark World. So because he entered from the Dark World, they do a lot more damage. In particular, the rats are going to do 2 hearts of damage. They essentially take the place of the crickets that you normally see in Thieves Town. Conversely, if you get a Thieves Town in the Light World, those crickets will do rat damage, which I believe isn't even half a heart on green mail. So you got to be a little more careful when you go into this Dark Cross area in a castle entrance from the Dark World. He could have checked the other entrances to see if maybe one comes from the Light World. Oh, Powder's a nice find.
Powder,
might
nice
be
find. Hello.
Hello. I probably said your name wrong, but yeah, Maniacal, unfortunately having some internet issues. We have. Why don't you say your name so I can get it right?
Liberal.
Liberal. Okay, awesome. Joining me on commentary to finish this out.
Yes, we're doing a bit of musical chairs this evening.
All right, and Hookshot. Always nice to find Hookshot Cave where you actually have the hookshot.
And getting some Quake Medallion there. That's always good to find, especially since that opens up an entrance for us.
Yeah, I believe that was actually a connector from another location, so it actually really doesn't get as much anything.
Well, then that doesn't matter then.
Yeah, it could get us the Turtle Rock entrance. We don't know what that one is yet. Meanwhile, Hitaka got to go ahead and do Skull Woods. Skull Woods, it's very much like an overworld location in these because it's, 6 items? Yeah, 6 items in this area. Randomized amongst itself, and you just, at some point, you just say, you know what, now's the time, I'm going to go get those 6 or 5 items. I think we have the big key in Skull Woods. Do we have? Yeah, no, we don't have the big key.
No, we
I
do
see
not
a
have the
small
big key
key.
yet,
I see a
not yet.
small key lit up, not a big key. Goldwood's another one of those fetch quest keys.
Yes. It's one of those ones, you know, you'd rather have the big key when you go in, but when it comes to that time where you're debating, okay, where do I have to get items? It doesn't matter if you have the big
Yep.
key.
And we did see a map check from Hitaka, and I did see that Turtle Rock is a pendant. I didn't see just a regular, like I think I want to say blue pendant. I did not. There was another thing flashing with a crystal that looked like it may have been on the west side. Sorry, the east side. So maybe pod, which we have not found yet.
Well, I do see on the tracker there that we got the Ice Palace crystal marked. And we have
Oh,
mitts.
that must be the one, because I do remember seeing who got the mitts.
Oh, that is on Telethar's side.
On the
In
the
Paradox.
Paradox Cave.
Yep, that's good to find. That
Yeah,
is a
I have
very
a
nice
feeling. I mean, we're starting to run low on entries. We still have quite a few here in this this area, but at some point, it may be that we just need those mitts, and that opens up a lot more. Oh, those are gloves, not mitts. We never had. Yeah, first we got to get a glove.
And we got another small key to Turtle Rock there on Telethar's side as well, inside that little.
Well,
mini
with
mold
Turtle Rock being a pendant, and with Kane nowhere to be seen, I begin to wonder if Turtle Rock is even going to be play any kind of role in this seed. That must have been a Hyrule Castle exit that he found to get to that Paradox Cave. And as you can hookshot across and do a couple checks here. You could do the lava chest, and you can do the chain shops.
Yeah, that's a nice check to get out of the way. While we're here, it's open to us. Stumble across it, might as well pop in. See what we can get.
Well, Hitaka gonna make his way through Hyrule Castle. So I'm gonna note this. For the most part of late, Hitaka's basically been trailing Telethar. Now, he did skip the top of GT, so he gained a lot of time that way. But he's gonna have to do, hopefully he can find, for his sake, he can find a way to do some things that maybe the Telethar isn't doing, or skip some things that Telethar is not skipping, so that he can gain a little extra time. Hitaka death warping to the front of Hyrule Castle so he can check these entrances. I don't know that Telethar's death was I don't think that was on purpose. It's not usually a place you would death warp, not until you actually get past the chain chomps or get the chest there.
Yeah, I think he took that death just right at the door, so it was not intentional. He did not want to
Yeah, I'd like to see him make use of this powder here. Just get the nice heal there, but he's gonna just walk around those anti-fairies.
Yep.
Hitaka decided to do Dark Cross first. I guess do the in-logic stuff first, but he's gonna be very happy when he finds that mirror in the basement in Zelda still.
Yeah, that will help. That'll help open up, well, just to help with routing. Routing through the checks, it's good. Being able to do double duty while running through it all.
And chain chomp's never a fun spot to be in, especially on green mail. Now, the nice thing is once you get your Cane of Samaria.
Yeah.
What?
Okay. Last check that was in logic there, and now everything else is opening up.
Yeah, but I was gonna say the front. We've seen the front of Turtle Rock, so that's completely in logic too. We don't even need to use our keys to do it. I do think it's smart that he's not going to check it from back there and waste that key. I don't think he knows yet that this is a pendant. I think Hitaka was the one that checked the map there. Hitaka also down to 2 hearts because he thought he was going to death warp. You know what he says? I found that mirror, but I am better off if I just death warp and get my nice heal. A sick kid just giving us his money.
Steal some lunch money from the sick kid, might as well.
Yep. And I think we're going to see one more entrance from Paradox Cave here.
Yeah, get a little bomb jump across. See where this connector brings us. Oh. Did a little back step there. Double take, trying to remember which one to go out.
Yeah, I mean, it's Paradox Cave. It's
Yeah.
by definition confusing. Oh, that's a nice exit. He can get an item here.
Yeah. See, and there...
He can get a crap item here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For a
thanks,
second, I
game.
thought it was top of Spectacle Rock, and I was like, oh, there's a, there is a small key on top of Spectacle Rock, and I was like, wait, no. This is Floating Island.
Oh, there you go. There's the use for the Quake. Turtle Rock entrance we have not seen yet. And we can get a whole bunch of these locations checked. And see that there isn't a whole lot there.
Thrilling.
Okay, so it must have been one of these other entrances that got to Paradox that got him to that TR bridge, because Hitaka just checked all the Hyrule Castle ones, and they looked like they all just were in this general area that he's in right now. Now, we're going to see a new check here over here at Tower of Hera. And it's Castle Tower.
Okay.
I mean, two items. Might as well do it.
Yeah.
Silvers make it better. That's one thing. I don't know that Hitaka's ever getting those silvers. I don't know if he's ever going to get to the point where he's going to go up Ganon's tower. So that will be one advantage that Telethar will have from having done that climb. It's the only thing, literally the only thing Ganon's tower had. So when he asks us, did you get your arrows in my tower? Yes, one of us did. And we're very happy to have them. And thank you for having absolutely nothing else.
Yes. Well, we have a bug net inside Aga Tower, so that's an item.
Does he not have the castle towers? No, he does. I'm surprised he didn't go and check the second chest. Maybe because he's on 2 hearts. I don't know. Although this is not where... Okay, he's got the cape. He's fine. I was gonna say, this is not where I would mirror into the Dark World, right on the Lionels, but with the cape, he's fine.
Yeah, but he did check the second chest.
Oh, he
That's
did?
where
Okay.
The bug net was. It was a blue rupee in the first chest.
Ah, gotcha.
Yeah.
And we find the Mire Shed on Hitaka's side that has also absolutely nothing. Oh yes, and then Hookshot Cave. I think we saw this over on Telethar's side. I don't recall it having much anything either.
Oh yeah, he already checked that on.
Oh yeah, Hitaka's checked it. Never mind.
Yeah, he checked. He checked it on his way in, and
Yep.
this is just him taking the connector back now.
Gotcha.
Yes.
We are starting to run out of decent locations.
Oh well, we found Mimic Cave, so
Always nice to find Mimic Cave when you already have a hammer.
yes. Because depending on where that ends up being, it's one of those things people tend to forget about.
Ah, there's a pod map. Okay, now Hitaka finding the Paradox Cave entrance. So he'll get some stuff here.
Yes, this will be worth grabbing for him. He'll be happy with that.
Ah,
And-
somewhere along the line, Telethar got a Mire Big Key. He has the cane from Turtle Rock, so he's going to be able to do this dungeon. Now, we don't know whether this is going to be a pendant or a crystal. Pyramid Ledge was the Mire Big Key. Okay, then Hitaka has that, because we saw him pick that up.
And taking a death here in Mire. Let's try that again. Round 2.
Yeah.
Go.
Yeah, shoutouts to our tracker, Tuffle. I'm not sure which one he used doing double duty, but now we're having moved people around to accommodate. Yeah.
Our restreamer is now tracking on
There you
Telethar's
go.
side. Yeah.
See? Well, the
Everything's
shoutouts
kind
to
of
Ricky
switched around.
Okakiri. Hitaka now in Turtle Rock. Yeah, and again, I just feel like Hitaka is just following. He's not that far behind that, finding something in a spot that Telethar doesn't check, or, mistakes can catch him up, but it is definitely a bit of a he's definitely at a bit of a disadvantage here. But he will get his Cane of Samaria, so that'll be something, and he'll be able to do Mire when the time comes. Also, that Cane of Samaria might get the runners back into GT, and maybe the right side of GT has something. For Telethar, that'd probably be pretty good if there is something. For Hitaka, it could be more bait to get him to climb the tower, and right now that's his time advantage, is having not climbed the tower. Love the chicken bunny sprite.
Yes. And nice using the powder to get a full heal there.
Yeah, powder is really a
Okay.
nice item in this. Oh, he's gonna. Yeah, that's a good idea. Grab a fairy. I mean, he's got silver, so really this is not bad. But you know, having that extra fairy just in case, just this time when you and now that he's got the mirror, death warping's no longer an issue. So
Yeah. We can make this a nice healthy seed now. That would be ideal.
Taka gets his cane. He's thinking about it. He knows this is a pendant, so it's a little less risky for him to use up the small key to keep going. But he also knows where the entrance is to Turtle Rock from the front, so it kind of makes more sense to just come back and do that when you're doing that stuff, when you're back in that. I think it was somewhere in Kakariko. 3 items, you don't have to waste any keys.
And Hitaka picking up that small key in Paradox Cave.
Yeah, it's pretty much all that part of Paradox had.
Yeah, that's it. It was a bunch of 20s.
Yep. Alright, Telethar making quick work of Vidi, which is always nice with those silver arrows. That's something if Hitaka decides to go and do finish up Misery Mire now, he's not going to have those silvers. So he's going to have to use some other strat to get through it. And it was Fighter Sword, not great.
And good news is that Misery Mire was a crystal. So
Yeah,
that was
so
good
another
clearing it
crystal on the
out.
board.
Yep. See where he's fluting back to Cac.
Maybe front of Turtle Rock? I think that's over here somewhere.
Oh yeah, that's a good idea.
Oh, or Swamp Palace.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
We got our small, we got our flippers, got the hook shot, we got everything we need
We've
there.
had the hook shot for a long time.
Yes. And that was a 4th GT small.
Oh, everything in GT, fully in logic now.
What you doing? There you go.
Hey, Master Sword, we have more sword power now.
Now we can
Took us long
actually
enough.
hurt Ganon, so that's good.
Yeah, that's a plus. Yeah, I mean, I find sometimes you go really long time in some of these with the, like I've talked about earlier, just use the very, very low percent fighter sword or maybe even no sword, and then a lot of times the swords just start piling upon you really quickly. So, you know, and of course Swamp, you know, always has a sword, so of course we're gonna find one here. Maybe we'll find 2.
Well, that'd be nice. Getting up to a nice little Cheeto sword.
Oh, there's that Hera small key. that nice fetch quest, that Hera that I think both runners had cleared something like, you know, 10-20 minutes into the run.
Yeah. Now that basement will start teasing them.
Telethar can do left side first. I think it makes a little more sense in Key Sandy because you know these are going to be items. You don't have to worry about being the swamp map and compass. And we're still missing Well, I think more we're missing entrances than we're missing items, but we're still missing some big keys. Thieves Town if we need it. We know we don't need Turtle Rock, but he doesn't know that. Boots would be really nice. Don't need an ice rod at least.
We need that Eastern Big.
Eastern Big, that's another one.
Yeah. And just some knowledge. Some knowledge would be nice about now. If we can get some more maps and get some checks done.
Yeah, yep. Find out what dungeons we actually need to beat.
Yeah, an hour and a half in, I think that's something the runners would appreciate knowing.
Yeah. Oh, we haven't even
Okay,
found
what am I
Sahas.
preparing for?
We don't even know our green pendant.
No.
Oh, Hitaka can do this bomb jump so you can check this other entrance. A little quicker than walking all the way around. And there's another Turtle Rock small key on the left side there. And we're stuck.
And a Skullwood small.
Yeah, we
Not
don't really need that
exciting.
anymore.
No, we don't need that.
Like, Skullwood
Not
smalls
exciting.
are only interesting when Skullwood shows up early and you don't have Dark World access or something to get steal the keys out of the front of the dungeon. Okay,
it's
Hitaka is
not
gonna check
one
the front of
keys we
Turtle Rock.
want. Oh, okay, so now we get to see what's going on in here. With that lovely Cane of Samaria giving us access to all this.
Small key to Turtle Rock. Oh gosh.
I do appreciate that when you find a small key that belongs to a dungeon, it is a different key that it shows you.
Yeah, and that it has a different text.
Yeah. So you don't even have to read, you just get to see the key and you're like, oh, this is Turtle Rock, alright.
I think between the two of them, we have all four Turtle Rock small keys, because I believe, didn't Telethar just pick one up in Swamp?
Yes, he did. He has 3, and so once he gets back to Turtle Rock, he'll be able to find the last one there.
Nothing in the front of Turtle Rock. Also, nothing in the Diver Down chest. Actually, less nothing, because Hitaka got 120 rupees, and Telethar only got 40. So I guess that means Hitaka wins.
Yes. That is how games are decided.
Small key to Misery Mire. Another useless small key, especially for Telethar, who has finished Misery Mire.
This is good. Now the game knows what they need, and the game is like, yeah, no, I'm just gonna give you everything else.
Yep. Ooh, Hitaka taking a death on the mountain.
You thought Swamp was gonna be useful? Yeah, that's your fault.
Yeah, well, 10 items. So let's just hope it drops a crystal and not a pendant.
See, I'm kind of hoping it does. I'm kind of hoping it drops a pendant now.
Oh no. Why are you wishing that on our runners?
It's just how I am. As somebody who is purely a viewer.
I gotcha.
I am a bystander of Rando, and I take it for the entertainment value.
Okay, can we at least make it be a green pendant? So at least it could turn into something?
I am an agent of chaos.
Well, if it is a pendant 50-50 that it's green, let's see. We're going to find out right now. Hitaka, in the meantime, is going to go ahead and finish up Mire. It is a heart container that we don't... Hey, it is! Hey, look, green pendant.
Okay. That's a happy compromise.
That's a nice
now
compromise.
make PED required.
Oh, gosh. Well, see, I mean, if you already have a pendant, it's not so bad.
Yeah.
But at least, yeah, and now when we find Saha, he'll just be able to get the items. So he'll be able to get all 4 items. Where is Saha?
Behind the big bomb.
Oh my, that's mean. Okay, Telethar back in the pod area from the old man. Actually, he might actually be, at this point, with a glove and a hammer, he can actually do normal Dark World access if he wants to. Be interesting to see. I'm really curious to see what strats Hitaka is going to use for Vidi here, since he does not have those silver arrows that were in the top of Ganon's tower. The one thing that Telethar managed to get out of that area. I do wonder if we're going to see...
We're going back to shopping mall. Check those entrances.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea. Yeah, those glove entrances are just scattered throughout the universe, so it's kind of hard to get them. It's nice when you have that glove early enough that you just get them.
Yeah, because it can be isolated enough that it stops people from going. And we got a chest game here.
Small key to pod.
Okay.
Well, we're getting all the pod small keys. Be nice to actually find pod.
It would be, I guess.
Useless fairy cave. Not useless cave, we hope. 2 items. Actually, I think we saw this on Hitaka's side,
Yes,
so
we
this
did
is going
see
to
this
be
on
with a
Hitaka.
whole lot of uselessness, if I remember correctly. Yep, a whole lot of uselessness. Hitaka, meanwhile, going to use bombs on the eyeballs here. I like this strat. You start by softening up those eyeballs with the bombs. He's going to switch to the cape spins because he's only on fighter sword, and with fighter sword, Vidi does not take damage to anything but spins. The only Dark World bosses that will take fighter sword damage are Mothula and Blind, as it turns out. Okay, with 30 arrows, he should be able to switch to arrows and finish off the fight now. We'll get his 3rd crystal.
We're back into the mire area on Telethar's side.
Gonna go ahead and do, might as well do Skull Woods.
Yeah.
The back thereof.
Yes, kill off Mothula. Get that out of the way. See if that's a crystal or a pendant.
I mean, at this point, well, if this is a pendant, we'll know what all our crystals and pendants are. The runners won't, because Hitaka won't have Skull Woods knowledge, and Telethar has not seen the map check with the Turtle Rock pendant on it yet. You see him picking up that small key. That's probably so that when he goes into... Because he hasn't done any of the Skullwoods main area. So having an extra small key going in there is definitely a nice thing.
Yeah, that helps clear up the routing. And that was a nice quick Mothula fight.
A heart container. And a crystal!
That's nice. That is very nice. That is our 4th crystal on the board. And so all we're missing, so the last crystal has to be either Thieves Town or Pod.
Yep. And we found Thieves Town. Have not found its big key. We have not seen Pod. We have, looks like both runners have 4 smalls and a big for Pod.
Oh, and we actually do have full knowledge because we just got a map check on Telethar's side.
Now, Thieves Town, the last pendant.
Yes. So, and
Hitaka's gonna go ahead and do Skullwoods now.
oh wait.
Seeing some of these desert entrances. we didn't get to see before, and so far not a whole lot, although it looks like Telethar wants to get some upgrades, get some extra bombs, and just extra bombs it looks like.
Even though Telethar did his map check, from what I can tell, he has all of his crystals marked, but he didn't mark Turtle Rock as a pendant. I'm sure he won't forget that, but...
Yeah, sometimes I get a little bit lazy when I know what everything else is and I have just one left to mark.
Yeah, because you'd hope that he looks at that and doesn't think he doesn't know the knowledge, and is mysteriously trying to find an ice rod where he doesn't need an ice rod.
Yeah, we don't need any ice rod hunts that we don't actually need.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, at this point they're probably going to want to prioritize entrances as much as possible. Oh, that's right, we have Ice Palace that we dipped and did not finish. Still not going to be a great dungeon for Hitaka, still on Fighter Sword. He might dip Swamp, and the only thing of use at Swamp, of course, was the Master Sword. No, he's going to do Ice.
Okay, so...
We can full clear the dungeon now.
Oh yeah, both of them can full clear, so that is good to see. Just going to be a slightly easier cold stare fight on Telethar's side.
Fortunately, both having Fire Rod and half magic, it won't be too bad for either one. And I wouldn't surprise me. I mean, they both have, well, Hitaka in particular has 4 bottles, so probably something good in one of those. Hitaka saying, I want to hit the switch.
Having a little trouble with the icebreaker there, and Telethar's got it now.
Well, hey, if we have to go back to Ganon's tower for the right side, he'll know exactly how many items he's picked up. Compass doesn't tell us how many of the items were crap. Piece of heart.
Okay, we're up to 11 hearts now, so that's looking good. My way to tell who's winning a Crosskeys match is whoever has the most hearts.
Oh, there you go.
Because in reality, you never really know until about the last 20 minutes.
Well, in any randomizer, until somebody hits go mode, it's hard to really call anybody in the lead. And go mode in Crosskeys can be so quick because you don't have to, in a regular seed you have to, go and kill Ganon's, do Ganon's tower and kill Aga 2, and there's like the whole bit that you have to do, and very rarely does a seed in Crosskeys end with all that. Although I will say I have had a double vanilla finish with a vanilla Ganon's tower into a vanilla Ganon. That was a fun one. No, it can happen. Yeah, so it looks like the items in Ice Palace that we didn't get to, not really holding much.
No, it seems to be it's pretty starving for items for the end of this seed, for the latter part of this seed. Okay, let's try that again. There we go. Luckily, there's 2 sides of this room in Ice Palace.
So luckily we can clip through the blocks with the hook shot. We don't have to use a bomb.
I can hardly think of the last time I saw a bomb actually used to access that.
Anytime you don't have a hook shot.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's pretty uncommon.
Yeah, exactly. Because most of the time people have the have the hook shot by the time they have the big key that they care about it.
Yeah, Telethar doing a nice job using those sword beams with the fire rod shots to do more damage on Cold Stare. Hitaka won't have that option because he doesn't have the Master Sword yet. He's gonna try and use those fire rod shots as best as he can, and he gets 2 of them down with just the fire rod, so that's really good. You can do sword spins or switch to the hammer or do some combination of both at this point.
And there is that Ice Palace crystal. So
Yeah,
that is
Hitaka
crystals.
Another crystal for each runner, and Hitaka not taking too much extra time despite the sword difference here.
Yeah, that wasn't bad at all. That was pretty evenly matched. I actually think Hitaka might have made up some time inside the dungeon.
Yeah, he might have. I think he might have... Well, no, wait. One of them cleared more the first time in. Oh, hey, look! Pod! That's still not fully in logic, because we only have 4 small keys, but we don't care.
Nope. Do not care one bit.
And that is something we didn't want to see.
Ooh.
No, we don't really want to see that ice rod, because Turtle Rock is a pendant dungeon. Now, Hitaka going to open up this entrance. I'm pretty certain this is a connector we've seen already.
Well,
But hey, it'll get rid of the rain, so that's a nice thing.
And I'm just trying to think now with the with seeing that ice rod and knowing that's our last pendant. Well, now we still need that Thieves Town big key.
Yep. So Ped not quite in logic yet.
No.
So which big key do we find first? The well, I guess we need the Turtle Walk and the Thieves Town big keys.
Yep.
Which do we find first? Those 2 or the Eastern? So at this point, are we looking for anything else but that Eastern big key?
I guess it depends on where Eastern is.
Well, we've been to Eastern. We've already seen the 4 chests, the front 4 chests of it. So I forget where it was, but it's definitely the runners have been there.
Oh, yeah.
Hitaka needs another sword though, because fighter sword not gonna cut it on the Ganon fight. Oh, our tracker Tafel telling us Eastern is in pod. Always fun when the dungeons kind of flip like that. This is I don't think we've seen this entrance because there's no book, so got a mirror here. 300 rupees that we just don't need. And we still haven't found boots. Not that we need them necessarily.
There was... Am I correct in remembering that there was a key on library, but I think it might have been just a small key.
I want to say it was a small key, but I wouldn't swear to it. Also, I like that Telethar is going ahead and finishing the dungeon first. That way he can, he knows he uses that 1 key. He can now decide, okay, am I gonna open that middle door and risk orphaning one of the items here, or am I gonna go ahead and do the extra trekking through? You'll have to loop through a few times extra in order to save that extra key. But he can full clear this if he wants to. If he keeps that, if he hammer jumps and does not open that front door, he can do all of this with just the 4 keys that he has. Hitaka, unfortunately, way far away from where he needs to be with this pod clear. And is back in Village Outcast. I'm not sure what else was here. I wonder if he's gotten his notes a little bit mixed up because clearly he had been in that cave before. Clearly he has not been in this cave before. Also, did we ever turn in that powder at the magic bat? I'm trying to remember.
I don't think so. I don't think so. Magic bat is open, but I don't believe anybody's checked it yet.
Okay. I see some discussion about boots. I would say yes, you want boots, and yes, you want to get them at a point where you don't need them anymore, so that you don't have to check the entrances. Oh, he hasn't gotten to this. Oh, he's gonna. Yeah, this is why Hitaka hasn't been into Swamp yet. He's gonna flood the dam and probably get drawn into Swamp. Which, I mean, on the plus side, will get his Master Sword. On the minus side, that is all he'll get. But does check and sees that Swamp is a pendant, so maybe does not get drawn in. Although, again, we still haven't seen Aga.
And we still
sorry, not
haven't
Aga.
seen any other
Saha.
swords yet.
Yeah, have not seen Saha, which means
And without knowing
still
where
be an
there's
item.
any other swords, it can be kind of a concern that Swamp may be the second sword. The other two might be hiding behind boots.
Hitaka now knows all his crystals and pendants. I thought he did dig game already.
He didn't have money for dig game.
Oh, okay.
First time. That's what it was.
A completely useless map there. Of course, maps are useless at all. Any maps at this point are useless, but the Ganon's Tower map especially useless because it's always useless. Art piece.
Just getting a couple more hearts here.
Oh, there's a Timbered Sword.
Okay, so we don't have to worry about Swamp anymore on Hitaka's side.
Yeah, assuming he full clears pod and gets there. Would be, you know, he's still going to be at a sword disadvantage, and he's still a little bit behind, so he's going to... I mean, if he can manage to continue to skip the GT climb and continue to skip Swamp, other than maybe getting that sword.
But it's all a matter of where that eastern key is.
Yep.
You
If
need
he
to
finds it
find the
first,
eastern-
if he finds that eastern big key first, that that sword advantage might not matter. Oh, did Telethar just get an extra pod big key? I guess we're gonna go check the big key chest now. Oh no, he just hasn't done all of it. He left after doing the dark maze, and it looks like there's some more stuff in the back he hasn't done. I'm a little surprised he left before finishing that out. Because you just mirror out and go right back in. Obviously, you do not want to open that door. Because then the whole saving the keys in pod just gets ruined.
I see a butter sword in here.
Chat pointing out he's safe scumming one of those keys so that he can reset if it's nothing. And then he can go back and do the big key chest. I wonder if that's actually faster than just avoiding avoiding opening that front door, but I don't know. Big key to Turtle Rock. That's not the big key he wanted to see.
Nope. So are you going to Turtle Rock there, bud?
Oh, he has more to do in Turtle Rock than Hitaka
Yes, that's true.
does, because Hitaka's already done that front part. So yes, he's gonna go and do that front part of Turtle Rock. He might even take it all the way through, because I think he's got all... No, he might be missing one small key, I'm not sure. Hitaka has 5 pod small, so when he finally gets over there, he is going to be able to full clear it without worrying about whether to open that front door or not. That's right. The last small key was in Turtle Rock, so if Telethar wants to just stay in this dungeon and clear it that way, he can.
Yeah, well,
Hitaka
I mean,
just
he's
needs to
here,
hit
so
the pod.
I don't see him wanting to leave it open. At this point, with the entrances that are open to him,
Yep.
The fact that we don't have boots to do that check, we don't have a book to do checks. It's
Yeah, and we also haven't seen an entrance to Laser Bridge, and you might want to check where that spits out, but without boots, there's probably, most of the entrances we haven't seen are going to be those boots entrances. So there's a very real possibility that he would not be able to actually get back in. But he's just going to stop at the front. We'll see if he goes to one of those other Turtle Rock locations. And actually, he probably should, because he's got that big key. And the only way to get the big chest is to go in from the big chest entrance. Hitaka, meanwhile, avoiding the one location he needs to go to for pod, does not want to do that wet south desert area.
Right, GT right is still an option for us as well. That's something that they can go back for.
GT right is an option.
Thank you, Jay Cober, for that reminder.
Ah, magic bat. Yeah, no one has been to GT right. Telethar full cleared everything else, but did not have the cane at the time. Hitaka just did the left basement. Okay, well, Magic Batch is holding a heart container for us. Also, where are our mail upgrades? We're now at the point where I'm really surprised not to have seen at least one.
Yeah, we haven't seen a single one. Oh my goodness. Okay.
We're almost 2 hours in, still on green mail. Hitaka's gonna check Graveyard Ledge. And getting some mountain checks I'm not sure we've seen yet. Okay, back to this part of Turtle Rock, which we have seen. Just 50 rupees in the big chest.
Let's just take it all the way through now. We gotta get a look at Laser Bridge. Laser Bridge is a nice collection of items. Hopefully that'll get the key that we want. Or it just points us to all of our other pendant dungeons and pull ped.
And just 50 rupees in the crystal roller room. Yeah, this is little. Yeah, I would have liked to have seen him pick up that full magic refill. He may be planning on opening this back, but if this is a bonk entrance, we have not seen this entrance yet. He's not going to be able to get back in, and does not have enough magic to use his cape. He's going to have to do bootless laser skips. He's going to have to survive to get to the back entrance.
Using his cape just to get back there. And
well, can't go back in there without the mitts. Oh, that's yeah. And this is why I thought, you grab that magic, use the cane, you should be able to get all the laser bridge items. You're just gonna have to go do this again.
And probably take a death on the inside just because.
Yeah, half a heart.
Situation. Yeah.
Ooh, yeah. I think you're better off. Yeah, look, the 7. He might have a fairy, actually.
Oh yes, he did collect a fairy. He did collect a fairy
which
earlier.
Means, yeah, much sadness will occur if he tries to death warp.
Yeah, I think what he's probably planning is he's going to try to line up well, he's either going to take the death here, trying to get past the fire bars.
Take the magic this time. There's a really nice magic refill right here. Just take that.
Okay, so he's saving the death. I'm guessing he's going to. Oh no! He's building up his health again. Okay, so he should be all right to get through it.
Yeah, I mean, with half magic, I believe the cane is going to be enough to get him through all these locations. Now, the Trinex fight should be interesting. I mean, certainly he's going to be capable of doing that with no damage, but he's going to want to do it with no damage with what he's got at this point. Actually, no, he's got powder. He should be fine. There's that Thieves Down big key.
Uh-oh. We got a shield. Let's see.
Gold sword.
We got a butter sword. Oh.
Careful.
One more run. Yeah, save your magic for the last little bit here. And
A heart container.
Oh my
I was hoping that
goodness.
would be Sank Heart.
So,
That would be such a nice Sank Heart, but nope,
we
nope.
have everything we need to get all of our pendants.
Yes, we do.
Ah, this is gonna be a blind pull. I'm so excited. Did I make this happen? I hope I did. Ah, taking that ferry, nice.
Now, what he could, there is one more location I can think of. Ooh, I don't think we've turned that mushroom. Have we found the potion shop? That is a mushroom. We still have Hera Basement. That is
it
a
a big
thing.
Keon library? I thought it was a small Keon library. Uh-oh.
Ah, it could be boots on ped to the big key on the library. Oof.
Or Skull Big Key. We don't have Skull Big Key yet.
Okay, and Shrinex is going to give us... Come on, finish exploding, please. A heart container. That's like the third boss heart container we've gotten in one of these. What is this? What is this? The old what was it, V8 or whatever, the old version that where the bosses all still had heart containers and the crystals and pendants weren't shuffled.
Yep. Oh, you know what would be awful? Okay, so if it is if it is ped for boots, and then one of the boots lock locations leads us to oh my goodness, what was I just about to say? Leads us to
Something
Saha.
Eastern. Oh yeah, for the Eastern big key. Now this does make things interesting. So there's the castle, Hyrule Castle small key. So everything in Hyrule Castle is now in logic. Yay! That mirror is now in logic. Yay! But I would say if this is a ped seed, advantage Telethar. He's already done 2 pendant dungeons. He's got the big key to the 3rd one, so he's gonna be able to blind pull ped, get his item, and if it's that Eastern big key or the boots that lead to the Eastern big key, huge advantage. There are still some locations that Eastern big key that are not ped, including Hera Basement, including right side GT. And Hitaka might be more inclined to, if it's right side GT, Hitaka's gonna be more inclined to go back there because he hasn't done the climb yet. So that's those 5 items plus the items in the climb that he would, presumably do right afterwards. Hitaka getting his Turtle Rock big key. Also, we'll presumably get his Master Sword soon enough, so at least he'll be able to beat the game when the time comes. Catfish, I don't think we've seen yet. It's a mail upgrade! We're no longer playing hard mode.
Yes.
Although, to be fair, Telethar on Silver's and Gold Sword, we didn't see a whole lot of that in hard mode during that tournament.
No, definitely not.
I'm gonna go ahead and set up that hammer jump.
You want another heart container, buddy? There's a heart container for you.
Oh, chat's saying Hitaka did that a while ago and got that mail upgrade. Yeah, with his sprite, I can't tell. And unfortunately not on the tracker, which is fine for the Link sprite, but less fine for other sprites. Hey, I can damage Ganon now, yay! So Hitaka will be happy about that at least. And I was about to say that I was wondering what Hitaka hasn't done in Pod yet, because he's got 13 out of 14. He hasn't beaten Helmasaur.
Yes.
Important details. Yes, with Telethar doing Helma first. It made a little more sense for Telethar to do Helma first, just because of his key situation, Hitaka having an extra key. And also Telethar having a much better sword situation than Hitaka did. Already on the Master Sword. Now, chat asking where Thieves Town is. I can honestly say I do not remember. Because that was like what? I mean, I think that was within the first 30 minutes of the seed. But it was someplace fairly accessible. Looks like Telethar is going to do some Skull Woods checks. He hasn't been in this area.
No, he hasn't. Not yet, so he'll do his checks. He'll be disappointed by them for not giving him the key that he wants.
Yeah, yes. Scary Olive in chat is correct. I do recall that the Moon Pearl was in there, and now that you say that it was in Death Mountain, it feels right.
I trust you.
Hitaka into his Helmasaur fight.
No need for fairies now.
And we got Blue Mail. Alright, Helmasaur down for Hitaka.
So Hitaka's now up to 5 crystals.
Did he not finish Moth? Because I know he went back in there. It's not marked on the tracker. And unfortunately, Hitaka does not use a personal... No, I see 6 crystals there. He has to have Moth down. Because he certainly does not have Eastern.
Okay, that's good. Alrighty, so we have 6 and 6 crystals each. It's just the hunt for the Eastern Palace Big Key.
Yeah, no problem. Tracking is hard. It's why I don't do it. And that's why we have people like you all, Tofel, doing it. Because we need good people like you.
Yes.
Okay, let's see where Hitaka chooses to go next.
Both of our runners now officially reached bottle percent.
Yeah. So, looking at where each runner is, if I'm on Telethar's side, if I'm him, I'm feeling like, you know, Ped may be the play. I've cleared 2 pendant dungeons. I've got the big key to Turtle Rock. I can full clear it. I can pull Ped. That's essentially 5 items. If I'm on Hitaka's side, I've steadfastly avoided clearing these pendant dungeons. Although he's in Turtle Rock right now. I'm feeling right side GT as the answer. And, you know, I haven't done the GT climb, so maybe that's a thing as well.
Is he rechecking entrances now? Is he trying to find something?
I don't know.
I'm sure that he's seen some of this stuff.
Yeah, I believe he has.
So.
Yeah, I'm pretty certain he checked this entrance in particular. Chat pointing out that apparently Hitaka skipped the big chest, which will be good for him because it didn't have anything. But yeah, it's definitely something that'll be potentially weighing on his mind later. The big chest is always kind of in Turtle Rock is kind of interesting because it's just that one entrance. So if it's easy enough to get to, he can pretty much go to it anytime he wants. And literally, you can't get to it any other way. So. Good news for Hitaka, he's going to get a Tempered Sword. So if he can avoid Swamp, he's going to, you know, he'll never Speaking of, yeah, he gets a. That's actually a really good place to get a mirror shield. If it's not ped, it's definitely to Hitaka's advantage. Maybe Telethar is forgetting where Thieves Town is, like we were.
Yeah, that's what I kind of feel. Oh, we get to.
Yeah, Hitaka gets to do the repeat of what Telethar did here. Again, I really want to see right side GT. Like I said, for on. Or, you know, Hitaka could also choose to do Thieves Town.
Well, we have the compass for Eastern. That's nice.
Pretty not useful. Okay, Hitaka gonna go into Swamp Palace. Good news, he's gonna get a gold sword. Bad news, he's not gonna get anything else.
Yeah.
I do kind of like this better than him going back into Turtle Rock right away, having not done any pendant dungeons. Okay, this could be the Thieves Town play from Telethar.
That would be, honestly, it's basically the only option left. That's all that's left for him.
Right side GT.
Right side GT, right.
And Hera Basement. And Hera Basement's also still a thing.
Oh my gosh!
We have that fetch quest small key that no one wants to go to, and I don't blame them.
So Thieves Town is the better option.
Yeah, I do think for Telethar it is the better option since he does give him the ped pull, so it's 5 items for him. Hitaka going to Swamp makes a lot of sense. This is a 10 item check. Unfortunately, we know it's nothing.
Yeah. Oh, nobody's checked Mushroom yet, have they?
I think we found the potion shop, but no one's turned in the mushroom. Would be a good idea to go ahead and turn that in if you're still checking entrances, because that way you'll have the item until start getting that pod small key that is at this point completely useless to him. And it is going to go into Thieves Town.
Okay, we'll run the back of Thieves Town. We'll get that ped pull as an option for us, and then see if that's go mode.
Or the boots that maybe leads us to the go mode, or if it'll be a whole lot of nothing. Like we just don't know at this point. Hitaka also going to do the left side first. I believe he's go -1, so I feel like going to the back first is the better play for him. But we know that it's going to work out better this way because it's quicker to full clear the dungeon this way than it is to do the back first.
Having some trouble with the anti-parries there and the fire snake on Telthar's side.
So forgetting, yeah, I guess this one was, yeah, this is the green pendant one, yeah, because Hitaka never did, it does not know this is green pendant, and since we haven't found Saha, the only way to know is to actually get the pendant. There's that Turtle Rock small key I'm sure Hitaka really, really wanted to find. And a small key to Skullwoods that we just don't care about.
Yeah. And so we still have Skullwoods and Swamp Big that could be big keys to break the hearts of our runners.
Yep. Okay, some more new checks over here on Telethar's side. Mitts! No!
Okay.
Well, I mean, for Hitaka, that's actually really good because I feel like he's gonna go into Thieves Town before he go back into Turtle Rock, and with those mitts, he can just go straight back to Laser Bridge if Pet is the answer. And a book! No! That's also good for Hitaka because now he can just go ahead and check Pet. Assuming he does Thieves Town before he does the Pet pull. Before he does Turtle Rock. That book is gonna open 2 items for us. Those mitts open up hammer pegs as a location. It opens up the smith turn-in as an item, and it opens up the purple chest as an item. Everything you don't want to do in a Crosskeys seed. It does make getting to the mire area much easier, but I'm not sure there's anything left to do there.
I think now, locations for Ice Palace entrance?
And Ice Palace entrance, that's another entrance.
Yep.
And not exactly on script for Telethar, but you know, with blue mail, gold sword doesn't matter. Hey, and red mail now. Makes he's still just at this point he's able to stay on script long enough that with the nice shield and blue mail wasn't gonna have trouble with blind there. Meanwhile, Hitaka's gonna get a heart container and a green pendant.
Healthy.
So now I gotta feel like you just go turn in. Just go ahead and pull the ped. Oh, maybe he's gonna do. Yeah, maybe do ether tablet first because you're right here. And Hitaka, what's your next play? Yeah, book was literally just found in the Thieves Town big chest. Hitaka can do the Thieves Town play.
And get all of this knowledge of all of the other things you have to do still.
And it's not ether tablet.
Nope. A couple of bucks.
I'm still feeling right side GT, but like I've been very wrong before, so
I mean, you've been putting some energy into it for a while, so maybe they'll feel it. maybe they'll sense it.
At this point, having just checked that ether, yeah, there. Are we gonna flute to 3? Or are we gonna check the Bombos tablet first? No, we're gonna. No, okay, no, we're gonna do ped first.
Yeah.
I mean, they both are equally likely. I mean, they both could be the answer.
Could be. Or the answer to the answer. Let's just get more questions. Let's just start asking more questions here. That's what this game is doing.
He's in the Dark World though, so there's something else he wants to do first.
Where are you going, buddy? What you doing? Magic bag?
Do Smiths? Nope, this is Smiths.
Oh, okay, yep. No?
Or
Yeah.
maybe not.
Yeah.
Oh, he hasn't even checked this. He hasn't. I don't think he's checked this entrance right here. I feel like you should be going more forward. Like this has been available for a long time. And you're not looking for entrances, you're looking for items. And there's an item on Ped, there's an item on Smith, there's an item on Purple Chest. There's an item on Bombo's tablet. Hitaka gets his mitts. We'll see what he does with them, and what he does with his book that he's about to get. Okay, this is now the Smith turn-in.
Yay, World Tour.
Yeah, I have no idea where the Smith actually is, so
Yeah,
I was
I
about to
don't
say
remember
going the wrong
seeing
way, but I don't remember where it is, so you know. K45. We've not seen this location. If we have, it was nothing, and that is why I don't remember it. Yeah. And chat rightly pointing out, J. Coper saying that, yeah, we're still missing a pod small key, so a whole lot of out of logic going on here. Yeah, Taka also with a decent mail. Mirror shield. Doesn't matter if he stays on script. Does get the red mail. Does get the second pendant.
Take our little Smith.
Oh, hey, a Bombos check with the poor Smith.
Yep. Just blow that right up.
And it's not the answer.
It's another 20. 20 on both tablets. Very nice.
So Hitaka probably gonna do a lot of these checks as well, but I expect him to check ped rather than pull ped.
Okay, just taking the Smith into pod.
Yep, that's one of the fun things in Crosskeys, is you can actually take the Smith in a lot more places than you can in the regular game. Like in the regular game, the Smith will be like, "No, take me will you take me someplace nice, please?" And you'll just say, "Well, no," but you won't let you go in. Another Castle Tower small key, which gets us nothing. And the piece of heart. And Hitaka gonna find nothing at the ether tablet. Let's see where he goes next. Maybe he's gonna go finish. He might be finishing Turtle Rock at this point. I kind of thought he might check ped first, but he is pretty close to the entrance to the back. And a boomerang on the Smiths.
Alright, purple chest, ped, what you gonna do?
Right side GT. I was gonna turn the mushroom in.
Okay, now
do we know where I still don't think we know where the potion shop is, but I could have missed it. Let's see, where is he going? I mean, it could have been super early, too.
Is it ped? Is it ped? Going up?
No, he's going... It's purple chest. He's going in the dark world.
Oh, okay, well then. Fine. Be that way. Refusing to check ped.
Yeah. James FNX in chat asking, why is everyone allergic to the right side of GT? Yeah, I have to agree. Also, the fact that you finished all the pen and dungeons and you aren't pulling ped just doesn't make sense to me. Like, you had a lot of stuff open up at the same time, but...
This is brute force and ignorance.
We're gonna see hammer pegs, but this is an entrance. I don't think the answer is gonna be in an entrance. It's an item that we're missing. Okay, Hitaka gonna go ahead and kill Trinex. Oh, it could be it. We have not seen Blind's Hut. This is 5 items.
I didn't even realize we were still missing any
5. Some people are really good at keeping track of which locations we have not seen. I am not that person.
Small key to Meyer.
A map.
Exciting. A map to Skull Woods.
Big key to Eastern! Oh, wow.
Okay, go.
Yeah, he's just leaving. Like, no, I don't need to do anything else here.
Running.
So, not gonna check ped. Ped could be boots.
Ped could have been boots. It could have been. You could have had it all.
Yeah, I like that. J. Coper hoping boots are in the back. I wouldn't have checked it either. Hitaka needs to decide where he wants to go now. Okay, he's going for something completely different.
Okay.
he does realize oh, he's going for the right side. GT, is that over here? I don't even remember where GT was. So unfortunately, this is not going to be the answer for Hitaka. Unfortunately, I wanted to see this side, and it is not the right answer. Hitaka heading over to the right side of GT. At this point, the best thing he could get is boots, but don't think it'd be enough, even if he went straight to hammer pigs after this.
Well, I think
especially with tile room.
Done before tile room is.
Yeah.
Last pod key in tile room. Not checking the big chest. This is just...
I mean, as good as boots are, like, you're not gonna have them for very long. And that'd literally be the only thing of any use the rest of the seed. Yeah, chat having fun making up the places where Telethar is gonna be skipping the boots.
Yes, exactly. Exactly. Well, you know, you could finish the seed, or you could finish the seed with a new pair of shoes. Oh.
Now, unless they are exactly on the Armos Knights, we are not going to see them on Telethar side.
Oh, I hope they are. That would be nice. A nice fresh pair of kicks. Go, go.
Wrong big key. The Swamp Palace big key.
No.
And Hitaka looks like he is going to do the climb here. Oh no, he's going to mirror out, going to go back in. I don't know. No boots to be had. Yeah, Hitaka's going to climb. At this point, probably his densest location. Unfortunately, we know this is not the answer, both because poor Telethar did this forever ago, and we've now found that Eastern Big Key at Blind's Hut in Hammer Pegs. Now we just gotta drop down into Ganon. Gold sword, silver's red mail. Like I say, this is Crosskeys. You know, you go play for an hour and a half, 2 hours with like fighter sword. Maybe if you're lucky, you have a master sword, no mail upgrades. By the end, you've got it all.
There we go. Fighting the pig. Let's go.
Also going to point out that pretty evil that the seed required mitts in Pendant Thieves just to pick up your Eastern Big Key at Hammer Pigs.
Yeah, that's I have to say I'm happy with this seed. The seed was gross enough for my tastes.
As a fellow runner, I could have used a little less grossness, but it definitely is a fun watch. Cat pointing out that gross enough to end the week on. This is, I'm pretty certain, the last race of the week. So new matchup's going to be coming up pretty soon. I have no idea how quickly they get that done. I'm pretty certain it's just a function of entering the last matchup and challenge, spitting out the next matches.
Yeah, that's what I have been led to believe, is that once these results get entered in, it should automatically generate. If not, it'll probably be early tomorrow that we will get our matchups done, if they have to like press a button or something to try to make it work.
We might get a triple out of this. Oh, we didn't need a triple, we only need a double. And there goes down Ganon.
Get your GGs in chat, and we will be having Telethar finishing up here.
An official race time of 2:28:09. Honestly, for as convoluted as parts of that seed was, I think it's a pretty good time. Like Crosskeys is so hard to tell, but 2 hours usually is often a benchmark. But I feel like this is a really good time for this particular seed. And for now, Hitaka's going to continue on. We'll at least get silvers here.
He'll get his silvers and get the knowledge that, unfortunately, this wasn't the answer.
Like Telethar going to join us in a second.
All right, that sounds good.
Hitaka remembers that this is the useless fairy drop down and just opens his chest and leaves.
Hope so. But he is going
Nope,
to...
he is going to continue on. Oh, wait, no, he figured out. So
Okay.
there's the mirror.
And we are joined by Telethar. GG's.
Yeah, GG's. That was a interesting end chain of logic there.
Yeah. I did not play well, but I my execution was terrible, but it's fine.
This seed wasn't designed to be playable.
Well, I mean, how long were you all on Fighter Sword?
Yeah, and I got my fighter sword out of logic. I think I don't really remember anymore.
Yeah, there was some interesting logic going on. Like, I still don't think we ever got pod finish in logic. So I still don't think we found the 6th pod small, but who's counting?
Yeah, no, I only had 5. I don't know if
I'm not
found the other one.
Yeah, I'm not 100% sure whether you both had the same 5 smalls, but yeah, neither one of you got to 6.
Where was he at? I didn't have the stream up.
So you guys were both pretty much searching for that last big key at the same time.
Yeah.
You had started the search a little bit sooner, and then you managed to get to the one entrance. I didn't think it was going to be an entrance because I'm not good at remembering what entrances are left in these things. So I'm like, yeah, you need to go to items. And you had a whole bunch of one-off items to go to, but you rightfully went over and checked those hammer pegs and got to your Eastern Big Key. Hitaka was just starting that final push to get that Eastern Big Key. I think he had just killed Trinex at that time.
Gotcha. Yeah, there was a
GT.
At that point, I still hadn't found Sahasrara and blinds out. So
we never did.
There was
see
8
Saha.
items floating somewhere that in entrances.
Yeah, that's
so
true.
Anyway,
we did mention,
that.
Saha definitely we'd recall because neither one of you knew your green pendant was a green pendant until you got it.
Yeah.
So I gotta ask you, on the Ganon's Tower climb, did you just not quite remember what drop down was left?
I was like 90% sure so after I got a validation chest, I was like 90% sure should have bailed, and I was like, I don't want to bail on this 10% and hate myself, so I just finished it.
Okay. Yep.
And I
got a fairy
for
your trouble.
Pyramid. It got you to the pyramid pretty quick, so that you could do.
Yeah.
Was a big key there. Wasn't the one that you needed, or was it?
No, I think it was the Myra Big Key. I think it was one you needed.
I mean, yeah, but Ganon's Tower was also right there anyway, so.
Yeah. Very true.
Had I been paying attention, that's a minute or so.
Mm-hmm. Right. So yeah.
It looks like he's just finding the big key now.
Yes,
yeah.
And I guess he's just taking the second to check the other chest.
I'm guessing boots are probably wherever Saha is at this point. Could be an Eastern, I suppose, since he didn't actually check those last 2. It's at the big chest there.
So I only had one more entrance that I could actually get into. I believe, which was on Turtle Rock, and I jumped onto the wrong way.
Turtle Rock entrance
not Turtle Rock, sorry. East Death
Ice?
Mountain, the middle one.
Oh, okay.
The middle drop for East Death Mountain.
Mhm.
That's the only non-bonk entrance I had left, I think.
Ice Palace.
Oh, you're right.
So yeah, so either way, not a lot left.
Yeah,
No.
it could be. Yeah.
It was pretty slim for what you had available to you.
Yeah.
And from the knowledge that we have from Hitaka, that big key that was on library was Skullwood's big.
Okay. He had found Swamp.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
I don't know where he found it, but he found it. I just looked at his tracker because I was like, did he find the other one? And it's like, yes, he did. Okay, so
Yeah.
tracker because I was like, did he find the other one? And it's like, yes, he did. Okay, so
Yeah.
Skullwoods.
It might have been right side GT, yeah, because he finally did go. Like I was
Yeah.
trying to get you guys to go to right side GT for a while. It made a little more sense for him because he could have also paired it with the climb, which he hadn't done yet. Whereas for you, it just would have been the 5 checks, but that's still a lot of items.
Yeah. Yeah, it was basically the next on my list after I did these entrances. I was gonna do this purple chest, right side GT.
Air basement.
Yeah, that was not gonna happen, but
Yeah,
it would
that was
eventually
the-
happen.
I mean, to be fair, that's probably when you last located.
Yeah, that,
But I mean, it still could have been the answer.
yeah. Given how late the small key was, that's would have been my last location.
Yes, definitely. But we were. It was fun trying to figure out what was actually left and trying to figure out where that key could be or where we could find something that then leads to the big key. Like, is it boots? Is it the pedestal? What is it?
Oh yeah,
Made for some fun speculation.
yeah. Yes, it could have been in Zahasha. Also could have been in GT. GT
Oh.
entrance.
Oh yeah, it's true. It's true. I always forget about that entrance, except for my I don't know if I call it favorite seed, but the double vanilla Ganon's Tower to Ganon seed I once played. That is a thing that can happen.
Cool. That does sound pretty cool. So is this the last match of round 1?
I do believe so.
Excellent.
Okay. It looks like maybe possibly somebody's already even inputted things. Because I'm getting some. Yeah, the matches apparently are already listed for Hitaka. It hasn't even finished playing.
Oh no!
But we'll let him finish off so we can bring him in here, and you guys can at the same time maybe pull up the challenge page to see who your next. Because normally we don't get to ask like what do you think about your next matchup, but we'll be able to look.
This is a good strategy, being the last match of the week.
Yeah, there you go.
You don't
Yeah.
have to wait to see who you're matched up against.
Yeah, I was just on I was on a vacation until I flew in or back in on like 7 a.m. Monday. And I was like,
wow.
I don't really want to do it Monday, so
No, I don't blame you.
delayed it till the end of today or end of, I guess, tomorrow technically. But
Yeah, it says the matchups are now open for voting. So let's see if we can find. Like you are going up against Shadow AMP.
yep,
Cool.
cool.
Any thoughts? Do you know that runner at all?
I mean, I've seen him around. I don't know him personally. I don't know. I don't really. Yeah.
Hitaka is finishing up with an official race time of 2:38.21. So GG's to Hitaka, and hopefully we can bring him in as well.
Yes, GG's in chat for Hitaka, and
he is going to come. So when he gets in here, actually, I think I just heard the telltale sound of a Discord person joining us. Hitaka, is that you?
Yes.
So GG's on finishing that thing. It
Aw,
was
thanks.
it was pretty close as it turns out. It just that towards the end, Telethar just had a bit of a lead on you in terms of searching for that last item, and he just managed to get to that Eastern Big Key a little bit sooner.
Were the boots ever found? That's my big question.
Nope.
For most of the
boots to be
last
found.
half hour, I was fairly certain I was looking for boots and the library big key.
Yeah.
Was the Eastern Big Key. But I think it's the Skullwoods big key because that's the only one I didn't have.
Yeah.
That's what we concluded as well.
I never found Swamp Big Key, but otherwise, yeah.
I found it late. Somewhere.
Right side GT, probably.
Right side GT.
Yeah, I never did right side GT. So I'd gone in early before I had Kane and just did the whole climb.
I mean, I suppose unless the boots were on a green pendant turn-in that you just never could get to. Talk about an empty swamp. I mean, it had a sword, and swamp always has a sword, but...
Yeah, that's what they say.
But nothing else. And I think Turtle Rock also had a sword and nothing else. I don't... I mean, some of the parts of Turtle Rock were done pretty early, so it's hard to remember if there were anything...
Laser Bridge has a sword, and big key? Was it Thieves' Big Key?
Oh, yeah.
So that was important. Yeah.
Yeah, because you need to get back to get to those myths for the one entrance to get your Eastern Big Key.
And I don't know what was in Ice Palace. I never got to. That was my next check after the Hammer Picks and Smiths. I never got to that one.
I think nothing. Oh no, the Ice Palace entrance. Never mind. Yes. Yeah, that's one of like the 3 locations that could have been Sahasrara.
Speaking of Ice Palace, how about that super early Ice Palace? You can go in and with like 4 hearts. That was fun.
Yeah, so that was fun, and then I did not do it well.
I gotta ask both of you. So you're going in there without a glove. You had a hammer, but you didn't have a glove, so you can't finish the dungeon unless there's a glove in there. And even if you could finish the dungeon, you were like fighter sword, fire rod, 4 hearts, green mail. Any particular reason why you still went ahead and did a bomb jump instead of leaving the pegs in a more favorable position to get around?
I didn't think about it, to be honest.
Same.
That's fair.
It's just kind of muscle memory to do the bomb jump.
Yeah, that's absolutely fair. Yeah, sadly no cane, and even if you had a cane, you would have needed a small key to do Icebreaker and not get soft lock, so...
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I found a lot of those early Ice Palaces like to have something, but apparently not this one.
Nope.
Anyway, GG's.
So, Hitaka,
GG's.
One more thing for you, because you were the last matchup. They've already entered the results, since we already got a matchup for you. So I'm going to go ahead and look that up for you, see who you're facing next week.
Oh yeah, we were the very last match of the first week.
Yep.
Yeah, you are facing Scottish Brave 44.
Okay.
Yeah.
Any thoughts, any knowledge whatsoever?
I am not familiar with them.
Okay, well, I guess you will be by the end of the week, so...
I will.
Yes, with so many people, that's the best part about this whole tournament, is that with so many players, you're going to be matched up with people that you may be familiar with, you may not be. It's a huge range of expertise. It's going to be great.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Anything else either one of you want to add before we call this a night or a morning? Because it's for a lot of us, it is already morning.
Yes, it is 20 after 4 here.
Oh my god.
Yes.
No, I got nothing.
Kane was in a pretty funny spot.
Yeah, it was.
You had to go in middle Turtle Rock and backtrack.
Yeah.
That was a good one. With the last TR small key, if you kept going, you would have found that. You all found it from the front side, which completely understandable because you don't want to waste the key.
Mm-hmm.
All right, ready to wrap up?
Yeah.
Yes.
Sounds like it. GG's to our runners, and also I just want to thank a few people. I know you're going to do that too, but thank you to Liberal for joining me at the last minute when Maniacal's internet went out. Thank you to Maniacal for starting off the for the first hour, and Ricky Opokiri for tracking and such, and doing the restream and taking over the tracking. and our
Top
other
full.
tracker, who is no longer here, understandable, but
Yeah.
also that definitely.
I had to
thanks
get to
him.
bed.
Yes.
Yeah, trackers always the MVPs of our tournaments.
Especially
Go
in any
ahead.
kind of key sanity mode.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay,
sure.
I'll turn it back to you, Ricky.
All right. Like Tracy said, thank you so much, everybody, for the volunteering. And thank you to our runners, Telethar and Hitaka. That was an awesome race to watch. And thank you, everyone, for watching. Hope you had a fantastic time. Coming up on ZSR today for Wednesday, we have a couple Wind Waker Randomizer Challenge Cup matches happening. At 4 p.m. Eastern, we have Jet Ladair versus Hasselon Haley. And at 7:30 p.m. Eastern, we have Sweg Dude Red versus Ryrek. And then on Thursday, we have a Minish Cap Randomizer Variety Tournament match between Nimbus125 and SGG Sean. As we mentioned before, the pairings for round 2 of our Crosskeys tournament have been made, so those will be scheduled and added to the restreaming schedule throughout the week, so keep an eye out for those. Also, small little announcement, this Saturday at 12 p.m. Eastern, we have the first qualifier of the Majora's Mask Randomizer Season 2 tournament, so that's going to be pretty hype. And with that, we are going to wrap this up here. Thank you all so much for watching. Hope you had a fantastic time and have a wonderful rest of your night or morning or wherever you are. Bye!